Welcome back to the Black Sensei Society. We are back at it again, episode number 37. And today we're going to be talking about a lot of interesting things. We got a gauntlet, of course. We're going to get a little negative. But the main topic, where all the conversations are definitely going to flow, is when we talk about the shonen romances. And one of our captains, random, said a lot of them are bad. So we're going to do a tier list to really have a conversation on whether or not they are good relationships, of course. But with that said, shout out all the members of the YouTube channel. We appreciate all of y'all, of course. Creative Bobby, Jaden, Sauce, Dan Young, Solo Boss. If you guys don't know, you guys can become members on the YouTube channel as well. It's very simple. Go to the YouTube channel, go become a tier, Shikai tier, get your shout outs, be a priority reply, maybe even participate in some of our videos. It's very easy. Go support our YouTube channel, of course. And of course, we have a link tree as well. And that link tree, you can go see all our socials. You guys can join our Discord where we have a lot of great conversations. It's a lot of good stuff over there. But with that said, gentlemen and guest that has been on the channel before, how y'all doing?
Chilling, man.
I'm still in mourning. Random says he's on his way, guys. Don't worry, he ain't ducking. He's showing up. He's showing up.
What are you mourning?
I mean, we talked about it last week. We were joking about it last week, or y'all were joking about it last week. I'll save it for let's get negative. I'll save it.
Okay.
Yeah, he has a lot of pent up frustration, which I'm not gonna lie, very deserved. I'll be honest, very.
I missed something.
Yeah, Ty, I'm hurting.
Yes.
I'm hurting, Ty.
Yes.
When I say I'm really wounded, Ty, like I'm really.
Wait, I know what show. What anime is it dealing with?
Tokyo Ghoul. Like I'm genuinely.
Okay. I got an idea.
Yeah. It's talk about clickbait. Talk about clickbait, bro. Tokyo Ghoul different, man. Tokyo Ghoul different. But you know how we like to start it off? We like to start off with some news. So let's dive into the BSS news.
All right, you guys. For anime news, there was an important anime expo that happened recently, and one of our favorite authors, Gege Akutami, had an interview in preparation for it. Now, there's been a lot of misconceptions going around, but something that was starting from that interview was that Gege stated before the beginning of Shibuya arc, Gege had already decided to eliminate Nobara and Nanami in Shibuya. And a lot of people think that this means that Nobara is not coming back. Now, here's my thing about this. This was basically given out before the Anime Expo, and I have not seen one single official source state this. Now, people took this and ran with it. A bunch of TikTokers and Twitter accounts been posted by this for like crazy, saying that Gege wasted Nobara, XYZ. But I think that we should hold off until the official interviews actually posted. Because a lot of times these interviews you can post it online for us to actually read what these people are saying. Because a lot of times, even when people get like leaks, a lot of misinformation comes out. So I would say let's wait till the interviews actually comes out before we make assumptions. But that leads to my question. Let's say for today's conversation, Nobara is dead. How do y'all feel about that? I personally wanted her to come back, but I'd be fine if she didn't.
At this stage, it's kind of weird because they like alluded, like they left it up for like interpretation like twice now regarding her. So like if they just end up killing her off, like it's literally in the gray area for me because it's like at this point, I feel like she could be used with her soul power, like the way that she can also affect the souls. Her powers might be a benefit to helping separate Sukuna and Megumi, but at the same time, we don't know. Like if she's just dead, then it's like okay, they have to figure out a different way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it would kind of be a little lackluster. I feel like I wouldn't really complain, but I would want her to come back because I feel like she still had more to bring to the table. I don't feel like her whole story was really complete. So, yeah, I'm good either way, but I would prefer her to come back.
Yeah, for me, Nobara, there's like two ways to look at it for me at the very least. One, based on how Gege's built Nobara, I don't really care about her character. I'm not gonna lie. He didn't make her interesting enough, and didn't give her enough exposition to make her honestly relevant right now. So she's actually not needed at the end of the day in this current story. I don't think she's needed. But with that said, I think for someone who I perceived as the main female lead of the story, I think that is a fumble if she's just dead at that Shibuya arc. So, just do we need her? Nah, I don't think we need her. But I thought she was going to be more important than she actually ended up being, which would be disappointing. So, we'll see how everything plays out. But that would be one of the weirdest female lead character arcs I've ever seen in Shonen. I'm not gonna lie.
Because I feel like if she's like supposed to be like one of the main female leads, and her story doesn't really amount to any, because like not a lot resulted of her death. Like yeah, she hurt the dude a little bit, but at the same time, it wasn't like no lasting or like super big amount of damage that she did. So at the end of the day, like her death was just like she was just a casualty, and so she didn't really leave like a significant mark on the story itself. Like maybe with the fans, she left a significant mark, but like in terms of the story, she didn't really affect the story that much, which I feel like is kind of a shame.
Yeah.
Here's why. Here's what I think. I think that I actually think she contributed more than fans give her credit for. Because I do think her character arc was completed. It was about her. If you, I actually went back to reread her flashback section in the Shibuya arc, and I was thinking about how that recontextualized a lot of her. I guess a lot of her interactions beginning the story, because she was someone that was looking to find connection, but kept people off, held people off because of one of her lifelong friends pretty much disappearing on her and having to move out of the city that she was in at that time. So I think a lot of her relationships she kind of kept at arm's length, but people kind of forced their way into her life, and she couldn't help but make connections. Like for example, when Itadori, I thought Itadori died, she was telling her and Megami having a conversation. She was like, "I'm not going to be affected because I barely knew him." But then we see Megami glance over her, and we see that she's like trembling a bit, which lets her know that despite trying to not make connections because she's had experience of losing them, she couldn't help but make those connections. And in her death, she looked around at everyone that she had basically connected with and realized that these were meaningful connections. I was able to connect with these people, even though I've hold them off, and it was good for me. So that her character arc was completed in that sense. I think that she added things like introduction of the Black Flash. Well, not one of the not introduction of Black Flash, but more expansion on Black Flash. I liked what she did about first, as far as like sexism and Jujutsu Kaisen, how Jujutsu was viewed during the Kyoto School arc. Her dynamic with Maki. I think that a lot of times people are put in certain positions, and we kind of say that they should be this. Like for example, even though we joke about it, I don't view a like I view Sasuke, even though technically they're in a similar role, or their proximity to the MC is the same. But I don't think that means that this person will have this level of importance to the narrative just because they're in this position. For example, Maki is the main female lead, even though her proximity to the MC is unorthodox compared to other stories. So that's why I don't really have a problem with it. So
I feel like that's fine. As of right now, I probably would consider Maki the MC, but I'm just going based off what I've seen more specifically from Battle Shonen. And it has been proximity to the main character in terms of the other main characters and their importance and their relevance to the story. So, I mean, I guess the best thing you could argue is Jujutsu Kaisen is unconventional, which it is, to be fair. It is very unconventional. And if a lot of the rumors are true in terms of what Geije thought about his story, potentially he thought of changing the MC like 3 times. So this with everything that happened, and this makes me curious of like creators and what their original vision was for their story. I wonder, like, is Jujutsu Kaisen one of those stories that had more changes for the like inception of the story, or is this a normal thing? Is it normal for like an editor or a magazine with Shonen Jump saying, "Nah, change your main characters to this," or now I want this character to stay alive"? Like main characters. I would be curious to know that, to be honest. Or is it just
So I can speak at least within books. That happens all the time. So for instance, like one of the biggest books that came out last year, Fourth Wing, the author originally wrote it where she only had one dragon and it was the big black dragon, and her publisher was like, no, we want her to have like this like cute little small dragon that's like, you know, fits her and everything. And so she actually ended up with two dragons in the story, and it actually turned out to make those stories so much better, because in the second book the little dragon turns into a teenager and is just like off the chain. But also in like one of the biggest selling authors, Sarah J Maas, and her biggest series, Throne of Glass, originally the two, like, there's a lot of main characters, but the two like royals of different like neighboring countries were originally supposed to be in game, and then she changed it at the end of that book because it didn't feel right. And so who was supposed to be her mentor ended up being her love interest. So it happens all the time where they'll start off with an original idea, and as they're writing it they go, this doesn't feel right, this isn't going in the direction that I thought it would, and so they end up changing it. Or somebody else comes in and goes, hey, I actually think that this would be better, and so they incorporate it in a different way into the story.
True. I know another example, and this is more so before it was released, but I don't know. Do y'all know how many changes like Kishimoto made to Naruto before it came out? Like Naruto was meant to be a literal fox. Like all of the villagers are meant to be like animals, right? And then after that draft, when the editors suggested that they be human, and also the introduction of Sasuke, Haku was still a polar bear. Haku was it's interesting because like that's the original vision, but editors put new ideas and they end up working around it. So I think, and obviously, like for example, the whole Cell Saga, a big portion of it were the editors pushing Toriyama to find a different main villain for that arc. So I think it's pretty common, right? And I think that's why sometimes things that we don't necessarily expect end up happening because of maybe an editorial decision. I think Horikoshi stated that they wanted the My Villain Academia arc to be much longer, but they ended up shorting it. But so I mean, I think it's just more so it's probably a common thing.
Santa, what's up?
No, I was just wanting to add, first of all, I didn't know any of that regarding Naruto, that they just being animals. That's like a fun fact for me. Do you guys prefer a story where the main character never changes, or more of a main character fluidity type thing, like going based with the story?
I think both can be done well. I don't have a preference.
I don't really have a preference. I think it depends. So there's been ones where it's been multiple main characters and I can't read it because it's too discombobulated and the author doesn't know how to really like mesh it well together. And then there's been ones where there's been a main character and I'm like, that's main character is really cool, but like I want more on the side character over here. So I think it just depends on how it's written, really.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the two of the greatest MCs are like the two things that you just said. Like Luffy is more, stationary, and then Aaron is fluid throughout the story. So they're both fantastic MCs in their own right. So yeah, I think it depends on the story and how you write it. But with that said, J Rob is here. We're about to go right into
J Rob, give me a virtual hug, J Rob.
Hold up, have we done the agenda?
No, we're about to go to agenda hour right now.
Okay.
Oh, Random, you're here, Random.
All right. So we can start this off from apparently random as something to get off his chest.
I'd like to go last, please.
Oh, okay, he wants to go last. I have no idea what he's going to say. He never told me what he's going to say, so I have no idea what he's
low key. Can I say something real quick? Because low key, I am semi terrified. Because
man owes me nails.
Yeah, because all of a sudden, a random's buying my girl her new set of nails. So my first reaction was like, "Yo, do I have to shoot? Do I have to shoot random?" I was like, "Yo, what is this? Do I have to shoot random?" And
Okay.
then it's because it's something regarding me, like keeping a secret from me. So I was like, all right, that's okay. Because if that wasn't the case, Random would have died tonight. But yeah, so I don't know what he has. I don't know if he found like some secret love baby of mine that I didn't know existed. I don't know if he has like a case on me I don't know if the FBI are coming. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't know what he has. So I'm terrified right now.
Hey man, whatever he says, I support random. With that said,
W Riddell, W Riddell.
It's like, you know how expensive my girl's nails are? So you
Yeah, yeah.
And I broke
I
one.
didn't make that deal off. Like this was days of contemplation.
Oh man, we can't wait already. I'll put this out of the way.
Me personally, I would have smacked random, but you know that's different.
I mean, your case said that.
Still on the
smacking random. I'm smacking
No,
random.
he's just supporting a fellow brother in arms girl, man. You know, he's being a good guy.
I mean, last time Taylor's influence had random in a maid's outfit, so I'm nervous.
Facts. Actually, facts. All right, let me put this out of the way. So if you guys don't know, we have a tiers, changing it up a little bit for like different things you guys can donate for to support the channel. Of course, we had a $2 tier. If you want to ask a question, get answered immediately, feel free to send a $2 super chat. But one of the things you guys could do is recommend series for us, and one of the series that was recommended was Prince of Tennis. Now, I was the one who was supposed to read Prince of Tennis. I have read the first arc of Prince of Tennis, and now I'm watching the anime of Prince of Tennis. I'm kind of locked in now. So Prince of Tennis, I enjoy it. The MC is right up my alley. You know, I kind of knew about it, but now I know about it for real. And it's entertaining. Of course, it's harder to watch Prince of Tennis nowadays because of the older style animation. You know, it's not the most enjoyable compared to newer style animation, but I'm lost for the story. I want to see where it goes and see how everything goes. But another good sports anime, another good sports series. What to expect? A lot of the cheesy stuff, sure, but it's a sports series made back in like the 2000s. So
yeah, it's definitely like in the early 2000s, one of the better ones that was created.
Yeah. You're gonna see where Kuroko no Basket got their zone from.
Yeah,
like
literally.
That.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, so that was pretty solid. But Lonnie, I know you wanted to bring up something.
What did I want to bring up? Oh, wait. Talk about Tower of God.
Yeah, you wanted to bring up something with Tower of God.
So the main character, Tower of God. I'm not gonna spoil it in case no one's finished season 1, but just off because I'm in the middle of reading it right now, just because off the first episode. But he has like one of the craziest heel turns I've seen from like season 1 to season 2. And as much as it is justified, I'm just excited for it because he low key's just in his villain era. Because we saw what happened that last episode, that ultimate betrayal, one of the biggest betrayals. I'm sorry, I can't look at a girl named Rachel the same. I can't. And after all that, we see him like I think it's probably like a few-year time skip or something like that. He's tall, he got long hair, and he's just murking niggas. He's just murking niggas. Like he was like the softest, like sweet boy, like just like a kind heart. All of season 1 and season 2, he's just clapping niggas. So I'm excited. So I don't know what's good. I don't know what's the future of Tower of God. I know like that's more Riddell's alley. I'm trying to catch up, but I'm just thinking I don't know what other MC has like just a sudden heel turn like that. But yeah, he's definitely on Demon Time. So he's officially in like Lonnie's list of MCs right now.
Yeah, Bam is becomes a super interesting character. In the season 1, the prologue of Tower of God, I wasn't really messing with Bam. He was kind of bland. I was like, okay, what's the word? And then the ending happened. He got betrayed, like super betrayed. They thought he died for in that situation. And then after that, I'm gonna spoil you all a little bit. Check out Tower of God season 2, episode 1. I mean, it's not hard. In that situation, you meet this character that looks like Bam. You can kind of tell Bam the moment you meet him. That looks like Bam, and you come to find out he's part of a rebel organization. They say a villain organization that wants to take down the tower. So he went from this nice guy to being part of a villain organization, and the first thing you see is him knocking out multiple dudes, and then he tried to knock out some of the new characters that was introduced and kill them. So
he tried to kill that last dude. He tried to like stab him in the throat with his hand. I was like, yo,
for sure. He was on time, and he was absolutely on time. And so Bam moving forward is not the same guy that we've met in season 1, which I like. He's a fantastic character.
They low-key made him look like a terrorist because they're like, yo, he's like, oh, death to the jihads. I was like, yo, what?
hurt people, man.
Exactly. Like, yo,
shout out to Fug, man.
you see what you did, Rachel? You see what you did?
Hey man, girls turn guys into villains. I hear, man.
By the way, thank God for that animation upgrade.
Oh my God! From the I started reading it after I watched the first episode. Yo, Santo, literally, I watched the first episode. I'm like, oh, I gotta keep going, and like the drastic difference between art to anime, it's like almost like thank God we got an adaptation because holy.
Yeah. Go ahead, Santo.
Oh no, because I was having a conversation with Radel, and for anime only viewers, like I can understand, like that is tough. That's like Radel right now with Prince of Tennis. Like it's gonna be a little difficult because of animation. So I was telling him, like, you can see that a bag was thrown their direction.
OD.
Oh, for sure. One question I want to ask everybody. My Hero Academia is in an interesting situation. As it's coming to its climax, it's coming to its close. And one of the things that happened in the recent chapter is Deku encountered Spinner, of course, to kind of talk to him, of course. How do y'all think My Hero Academia handled the whole mutant storyline in My Hero? Do you think they did a good enough job in fleshing it out and what it meant for the story and what it meant to be like discriminated for being like a mutant in My Hero? Or do you think they kind of did good enough?
I do personally think like if they wanted to touch into like the heteromorphs in My Hero, I do think that could have been more fleshed out. I think it became more fleshed out towards the end of the manga. And really just touched on like the discrimination of it and things like that. But I do think how it ended, between Deku, Spinner, the ideologies with Shigaraki. And, I think at the end when Spinner talks about, he tells, I can't think, what's his name? Tentacruel, excuse me, that, go live life to the fullest and pretty much thinking like the next generation of heteromorphs, I think, are in good hands. I thought that was cool, but I do think it could have been a little more fleshed out into the story. But the other issue is outside of Spinner, what like side character was to the nature of a Todoroki or a Bakugo that was a heteromorph? There really wasn't one. So that's also the problem.
That was always a big storyline that I wanted to see get into because there's clearly some depth there. That I know that horse lady was something, but to kind of show how badly it could have gotten, even though I still think Horikoshi's health really played a factor into that. That could have been a really good storyline to follow. Maybe they could do that in a sequel series or spin-off, something like that, because I still think that's something that they truly haven't really solved. I understand Spinner and all that, but that's still something they could really approach very well.
I think like you said, around the dark side of it, I think we saw it in My Hero Academia manga. I'm so mad the anime took it out. Do y'all remember when there was like roaming around and those group of like occultists were trying to kill Spinner because they thought he was a monster and all that stuff. So
yeah,
I think that was, and you know what? Given I said earlier about Horikoshi wanting the My Hero Academia arc being longer, that probably may have been part of it.
Right.
That storyline, but I think that the idea was that it wasn't the Japanese fans weren't the biggest fan of that arc, so maybe that's may play a part in it. But I feel like if that arc would have been long, we might have gotten more content of that because that part was more so a narration, and we saw like a little bit of it, but maybe that would have probably been explained more. Who knows? I liked for what it was though, because it wasn't the big picture, so I'm okay with it. It was like just a little side plot, but it was fine.
Yeah. No, I liked it, but like as you guys said, and like with the chat saying, like they just brought it in like towards the end of the story. If it was like a recurring theme or maybe like a background theme that was like slowly building up, like you saw more and more discrimination, more and more issues as things was going on, I think that would have been a little bit better. But for what it was okay. I wish it was fleshed out more and like maybe some more important characters were involved in it. Yeah, but we don't really get to see that, so because there's so much other stuff going on.
I do think that I hear what you're saying. I do think I'm not like coming out of like, oh yeah, I hate it. They did address it, and I do think they did a good job. They did enough for it to matter, one, and for it to somewhat be resolved, meaning with Spinner and obviously the fight between Spinner and those two other Deku's classmates. I personally think they could have done an arc, and maybe like Ty said, maybe Japanese fans didn't want it, but they could have done an arc with Deku in particular, because this is like Deku's vision of being a hero, and one of the things he has to encounter is like the war situations to kind of be steadfast in your hero moniker. And one of the things you're gonna have to address is discrimination,
Racism,
with like racism and all that stuff.
Mhm.
So having Deku like
That's a good
face
point.
that head on and what he will do regarding it would have been an amazing arc, and it would have been huge for his character and establishing him
agree
as
with
a
that,
real
actually.
hero.
Yeah, some of the
Yeah.
the political aspects of being a hero as well. You could have
Oh,
really
for
touched
sure.
on. Yeah,
For
clutch
sure.
Facts.
And it would have made the final conversation between him and Spinner much more impactful after everything, too. So I think there was more meat on the bones, but I think they still addressed all the points. But they could have definitely went in more depth, for sure. Anyone else? Any thoughts? We good? All right.
Hey, Miles.
Miles, you look tired as hell, my boy.
Pineapples, brother.
You're muted.
You're muted.
You're muted, Miles.
You're still muted.
Yeah, I'm good now. Yeah, I got off work. I went straight to sleep and I just woke up. So yeah, I do look tired.
It'd be like that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put this out here, and then I'm gonna let you guys marinate. All the captains up here marinate your decision, and then we'll revisit this. So if you guys don't know, we did a spring anime kind of like fantasy draft where we picked the new anime that we think is gonna be the best anime of that season. And we'll probably decide a reward. That was our first take. The season is over. It's the summer season now. Now we have to pick summer anime, but we'll save that for a different time. So y'all can think about which one you want to pick. But we had some choices. I picked Mission Yozakura Family. Random and Miles picked Goku Loser Ranger. Ty picked Windbreaker. Lonnie picked Remonster, and J-Rob picked Kaiju number 8. The winner of this was J-Rob by far, with Kaiju number 8 being an 8.36. And second was Windbreaker with Ty being a 7.82, and last was Remonster being a 6.
Mine turned into like a porno. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, we going. Wait till we get to
Are
that.
you shocked that what you picked turned into that?
No, I was, because it was just a regular isekai. It was a regular isekai, and then like episode 1, fine. Episode 2, fine. Episode 3, fine. Then all of a sudden, he just starts fucking everybody. I'm like, yo, this is way left. This is way left. What's happening? So
You just have a tendency,
legit-
so I'm not shocked.
I legit saw the opening of the anime, and I was like, nah, this wasn't for me. I had the vibes that this was going to be a crazy anime. I was like, nah.
I wasn't
I'm
getting
good.
those vibes, and then it
I was
started
getting
happening.
those
I'm just like,
vibes
oh,
immediately.
Yeah, certain books I'm
don't
judging by the
pick up on
cover,
that.
man.
Oh yeah,
You
oh
never
yeah, for
pick
sure.
up on that.
Next one, we're gonna do summer anime. So all of us captains, we're gonna pick a summer anime that we think is gonna be the highest rated. And do we want a reward? Like, do we want a monetary reward or like some bragging rights reward for the end to spice this up a little bit? What we think?
I mean, yeah, we could do something.
do a little song,
You know, the champ will decide.
Champ will decide. Okay,
Champ
all
will
right,
decide when the
champ.
season ends.
All right, champ. All right. Okay. Well, y'all think about that. We'll return next week and we'll have all our summer anime picked, of course. But with that said, random, it's time. Let us know what the word is, man.
Okay, before I get started, I need you, Riddell, to do a couple things for me. Okay. First things first, I need you to put me on the big screen.
Okay.
Second is that I need you to mute Lonnie until further notice.
what? How you gonna silence me? How you gonna silence me?
All right. Well, random.
Do I need to lock
politely
the door?
He's gonna hold this.
All right.
He'll run into the room.
Can y'all hear the music?
Lock the door.
Can y'all hear the music? Can y'all hear the music?
A little bit. What are you trying to
Hello.
play?
It's instrumental, so you don't have to worry about it. It's all copyright free. But
I could put evil music for you. I can do that.
No. This is not that kind of energy today.
Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
What is going on?
A celebration of life. Oh, he's giving a eulogy. He's giving a eulogy. He's giving a eulogy.
Lonnie's crashing out right now.
Brother Luther.
My brother and sister, my fellow captains, my fellow people of the Black Sensei Society. I regret to inform you that we have gathered here today to mourn the loss of another Tokyo Ghoul anime remake announcement. We all remember last week when my brother Lonnie was excited. Some people would say he was jubilant. Lord, let me put my glasses on for this. I'm sorry. Lord,
This is crazy.
Bless him, Lord.
Hallelujah,
Lord.
Hallelujah.
I come before you guys with two of
Amen.
the great books. The big book, but we don't need that today. We need the book of nigalations. Lonnie, I just want you to say this is all from love, but we care about you, brother. We care about you. And listening to the woman who's very close and near and dear to your heart, you've been down. And you know what? I'm tired of it.
Why am I being
Let's look at the good book. Let's start with Nigalations, verse 4, chapter 4, verse 13. Thou shalt not checketh the nigga. That ain't checking for free.
The nigga.
Take your time, Pastor.
Yes.
Lonnie, you got to stop doing this to yourself. You got to stop hoping for a remake. You got to stop hoping that they'll fix Tokyo Ghoul because they're not going to do it, Lonnie. And I'm tired of seeing you be so excited and only to be let down. Ladies and gentlemen of the congregation, my brothers, like my hairline, my raggedy ass setup, that's how Tokyo Ghoul's been treating fans like Lonnie.
Take your time.
Take a sip of water.
Take your time, Pastor.
Hallelujah.
Take your time, Pastor.
Lonnie, good Lord, I'm tearing up. I'm sorry, Lonnie. I'm sorry. A museum? That's what you got excited for? A museum? A mobile game would have been better. At least you can play the mobile game. Brother J Rob, Brother
Yes,
Ty.
man.
Some people can really talk some sense into him. Remember how excited Lonnie was last week? Brother Riddell, Brother Miles. Remember how excited he was? Brother Santo. Remember how excited he was only to be let down. Lonnie, you got to stop doing this to yourself. You remember, you got to go back to the book of Negalations because we can't keep doing this anymore, Lonnie. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. We can't keep doing this. How many times does the author, does the people who make Tokyo Ghoul do this to you? Oh, good Lord. I want you to be happy, Lonnie. And you know, sometimes to be happy, you got to let something go.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
It's time,
brother.
Lonnie.
Preach.
It's time to give up on the remake.
Time to give it up.
Time to give it up. It ain't happening. Lonnie, they said a big Tokyo Ghoul announcement is happening. They posted it on Twitter. They posted it on Facebook. Good Lord, it was on YouTube. I'm sure they probably posted it somewhere in the U.S. on a physical copy. And all you got is a museum, Lonnie. You can't even go over there right now. You can't even do it because Japan ain't letting nobody in, especially not niggas. Lonnie, I wrote a whole speech down. I'm throwing this shit out. Brother J Rob, I'd like to call you up, and it's time to tell Lonnie what needs to be told because only you can tell it the way he can understand. And ladies and gentlemen, after this, I want every member of the Black Sensei Society captain to go, and we'll finish up with the woman near and dear to Lonnie's heart. But Brother J Rob, please go first. And please, Lonnie, do not say anything because you need to hear these words, Lonnie. You need to.
This
Please,
is your
Brother
intervention,
Riddell,
Lonnie.
please put J Rob on the big screen.
This is his intervention. My bad. Okay. Hold on. I think I did write something down. I did. I got a little paper. Dear Lonnie, I really enjoy my time to be able to go up there on Black Sensei Society with you. For the last few months, it's been amazing.
Oh, why are you reading
But
like Toby? You can't read. My fault, bro. I'm sorry, bro.
But every week we hear you talk about the resurgence of Tokyo Ghoul. And it's starting to become a bit ridiculous. And so I speak for myself and the other captains, and we just hope that you find it in your heart to move on. And I hope you prosper, brother. I hope you prosper. It's okay to let go.
Brother Ty, please go up next.
I didn't even. I don't lie to you, like, the remake's not happening. I'm just be sure with you. Like, it's the same thing with. I'm a Berserk fan. I understand. We're not getting a remake either. So, but at least we do
Preach,
have
brother Ty. Preach.
we at least have one solid adaptation in 1997. Y'all have none. So that made us a little different. But it's not happening. And yeah, man, it is what it is.
Brother Miles, please.
Oh man. My nigga, just hop in the train with me. We in the Trojan X train, gang. That Tokyo bullshit cook. Might as well hang that shit up and come with the real niggas with the Trojan X and get right.
Brother Riddell.
All right. Hey man, Lonnie. I feel bad for you, my boy. I was with you too, man. Tokyo Ghoul remake, redo some greatness. And because of you, now I look insane, Lonnie. Now I look like, you're making me look bad, my boy. So yeah, this is not it. Tokyo Ghoul, it's in the gutters, my boy. It's done. GG's.
Now, before Brother Santo goes, I come to you guys with another excerpt from the book of Negalations. First, chapter 8, verse 26. I used to pray for my relationships until I realized I was wasting God's time. A hoe, always gonna be a hoe. Brother Santo, please go up next.
There's two of the most happiest times I will ever see Lonnie. It's going to be when he marries the love of his life and when Tokyo Ghoul made that announcement. I hope I never see this man broken like this again. I know they say keep hope alive, but it ain't happening. I'm sorry ahead of time for the chat and Discord because he is going to be salty. He is going to hurt people because hurt people. And I just want you to know that if you ever need a shoulder, mine is not available.
Sister Moon Peaches, please end our time here, please.
So everybody basically already said everything, but all I'm gonna say is you gotta join the club with Hunter x Hunter. Ain't anything ever gonna be finished or remade. But honestly, right now we a unit and you making us look bad. So do better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do better.
At least Hunter got.
At
If I
another
can
nigga.
let it go, you can let it go.
But Hunter got a remake in 2011.
Is it finished?
I think if you ask Lonnie, can you give me a remake of one season, he'll take it, but he ain't getting that either.
No, don't put that hope in his heart, bro. That's not gonna happen.
Bro, he's not even getting a special.
He's not
nigga.
even getting a
Nope.
season.
No
He not
OVA.
getting
They
that.
knew what they were doing when they did this.
Wait, time out. Hold on a second.
Nigga can't even get an OVA.
Togashi is posting storyboards on Twitter as of this week. So Hunter chapter's still coming out. So we have to take Togashi out of the TG tier, put him somewhere else.
My brother and sister and the rest of the congregation, Brother Riddell.
So
Let me close our time here. I'm sorry. Lonnie. You know what? Put Lonnie on the big screen, please. Put Lonnie on the big screen.
Is he allowed to talk? Is he allowed to talk?
No, not
after?
yet. Lonnie,
Okay,
Lonnie.
okay.
I did this because we care about you. I did this because we want you to succeed in life and not look back.
Amen.
I did this because it's time to hear the cold hard truth. Hey, you can slander Krillin all you want.
Yeah.
Tokyo Ghoul ain't never coming back.
Ain't
And
coming
it's time
back.
for you.
That nigga Krillin coming back though.
Wait, talk about did Krillin make a better
More
comeback?
episodes.
Hold on. Hey, please.
My bad, Pastor.
I will close our time with one last excerpt from the great book of Nigalations. Chapter 17, verse 38. Thou shalt not throw shade if thou cannot throw hands. It seems like you got shade and hands for everybody else, but not the people who make your favorite anime because they keep treating you dirty. They making you out here look raggedy. You the type of girl they talk about in the salon who's still with the baby dad that keeps treating them wrong, that keeps cheating on them, that keeps going out and leaving you home alone with the kids. Brother Lonnie, please God, please don't do this to yourself. And I quote from the greatest woman in your life, you making us look raggedy. Lonnie, it's accepted. Now, please stretch out your hands. Brother Santo beat me to it. And pray for my man, for my nigga, for my brother in Nigalations. Please pray for him. Now, please close your eyes as I say this quick prayer. Good Lord, we come before you to bring our brother in front of you, to tell him that it's okay to move on, to say it's okay to let go, to say it's okay to find something new, and the past stays in the past. Now, I know Lonnie's going to go crazy, probably cuss me out and the rest of us out, say Rudy is saying stuff, or Rudy has got a case, or Krillin ain't shit. But Lord, he only saying that because he's trying to hide the pain. Oh, good Lord. It's trying to hide the pain. It's time to strip it away from the flesh, Lonnie. And it's time to move on. In the book of Nigalations, we pray. Now everybody say nigga one time. Only the people can say nigga.
Yo, you gotta get to the truth.
And on count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Nigga.
Thank you very much. Dear Lord, I hope I never do this again because good Lord, this was tough.
Yeah.
Okay, now I can stop because good Lord, Lonnie, I'm sweating out my suit, bro. It's hot in here.
Yeah, I like Mega Church. Yeah, I definitely like Mega Church.
Hey,
That was
you know what? You know what?
A new fresh set of nails.
Hey, Lonnie, just for you, we're going right into Let's Get Negative.
Oh, I can talk now?
Yeah.
I can talk now? Okay. Well, first things first. Fuck all of y'all. How are y'all supposed? How are y'all supposed for that? Second off, I was looking at the chat because you're right, Santo. Hurt people. So if I'm going down, I'm taking some niggas with me. Y'all think you're getting a Hunter x Hunter comeback? That shit ain't happening. Y'all get like 2-3 chapters a year with some some little squibbles and like 10 paragraphs, thinking that's like actual chapter. It ain't happening. So Ty, he's gonna drop 2-3 chapters this year, and then we ain't gonna see his ass again until like 2026.
That's gonna be the most fire 3 paragraphs I ever read.
Exactly. So yeah, that shit ain't happening.
Still more than Tokyo Ghoul has.
Ooh,
Right.
kick him while he's down.
True.
Right.
So
You ain't lying though.
it's still fuck Krillin. But no, the Tokyo Ghoul, they hold me in ways I didn't think I could ever get hold. Y'all were joking last week saying like, oh, don't let it be a mobile game. And now I pray every day it was a goddamn mobile. I pray because at least I could attend that. At least I could participate. I can't participate in like some. I don't even want to participate in like some 2-week art exhibit in Japan. For what? Because also it's based off the anime, which was shit. So
it's all good. Take your time, King.
We're here for you, man.
Miles was right though. Trojan X is the wave. I just hope that they don't hoe it like they did Tokyo Ghoul, because I don't think I'll ever recover from that. Tokyo Ghoul has hurt me in ways I didn't think an anime could hurt me. I give up on the remake. I'll still hold out for Soul Eater because Fire Force is going. But actually, no, fuck all that. Y'all niggas don't define me. Y'all niggas don't define me. When Trojan X gets an anime and that shit starts popping, you know what's gonna happen? They're gonna be like, you know what? Let's give Tokyo Ghoul its shine. So you know what? Yeah, nah. See, I ain't letting this go. So I'm still holding out hope. Once Trojan X gets popping and it does its thing, hopefully that just carries over to Tokyo Ghoul. So that's my last hope. I ain't gonna bring it up though, because I don't want to jinx myself. But that's the only thing I got. That's the only thing I got left. That's all I got.
It's not happening, friend.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's quiet.
Just like how Krillin's not beating Madara, but you know what? That's a different story.
He said in the words of 50, he said, "Fuck the anime studio, fuck BSS, and fuck Krillin." And Krill said, "What you say? Fuck me for?"
Literally.
Oh man.
Do you feel
And
better,
anything
bro?
else you need to get
No,
off
I
your
don't
chest?
feel better at all.
Okay. Be like that. It'd be like that. It's okay.
It do. All right.
Well, Riddell, can I get my segment back, please?
Yeah, give J Rob his shit.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I just gotta come back. You feel me? Now let's get real negative, Lonnie. I'm sorry that you had to go through that. Honestly, that might have been the most electric 10 to 15 minutes in BSS history. Shout out to Brother Random. Shout out to the sermon. So I actually have two things I want to show in today's iteration of Let's Get Negative. So the first one is this. Highly disappointed. I had a lot of hope for Go-Go Loser Ranger. I thought it was like a nice little anime spin on the boys. I read the manga a bit. And I gotta admit, fellas, just aesthetically, I'm not amused. Like, it's a better read for me than it is a watch. And obviously, look, we read a lot of manga, and that happens more times than not. But I really did think that this adaptation for Go-Go Loser Ranger, especially because I think the idea of it is so creative. I like the story. I like the concept. But I just don't think the anime, in terms of the style, none of it, to be honest, just hits hard enough where, like, I'm coming back, no diddy, every week to watch another episode. I'd rather just rip through a bunch of chapters. I am absolutely disappointed. And so I really did wish that the animation would you can tell that they not on the 23andMe diet. You feel me? 23andMe. The animators get to see their wife and kids. The animators get to go home on holidays. The animators get to sleep in their own beds. And with Go-Go Loser Ranger, that's not the recipe for success. You know what I'm saying? If you look at the JJKs of the world, they make sure that the families and their animators only get to see their families for 2 hours. So I think they need to get back to that over in that studio for Go-Go Loser Ranger. And secondly, this is really more of a forewarning to the animators of this next Blue Lock season. I'm telling y'all right now, what I seen in the trailer from the characters and the designs, you better not have blown all of that budget just on that damn trailer. I better see carryover in season 2. I better see an upgrade in season 2. I better see way better just the overall action, like the running, the simple actions. Those need to be better in season 2 of Blue Lock. Because if not, the rant I'm going to go on for y'all disrespecting the greatest sports anime in the history of the game is going to get electric up here. Because Blue Lock, I don't play about Blue Lock. Blue Lock is really, Isagi is my GOAT. Barosho is my GOAT. Ego Genpachi is the greatest sensei in the anime game. And stop playing. I'm good, man.
All right. Anybody else got something to get off their chest? Santo?
Real quick. Random said yesterday that Mushu was mid as hell from Mulan and that he's better than Krillin, and I think that's a crime. Do I have
I'm
anything
sorry.
else?
What did this man say?
Oh, he was hating on Mushu yesterday. He was hating on
Oh,
Mushu.
random. I'm not defending you tonight anymore.
Yeah, he said
You on
Mushu.
your own.
He said Mushu ain't shit. He said Mushu ain't shit.
From Mulan?
Yes.
That's such a random.
Yeah,
Yeah,
facts.
the-
What did? Yeah, what?
Yeah, it's random, but hey,
It's
Okay.
like, it's like if you didn't like Donkey from Shrek. Like, what's wrong with you?
Facts. Shout out the Shrek 5.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing wrong?
Yeah, that's a random as hell. But all right. With that said, let's get right into the meat and potatoes. Random, you better be here because that sermon was great. But now let's really get down to business. We got a romance tier maker we're about to dive into. Let's get to it. All right, let's add this right here. Oh no. There we go. All right.
I need money.
So just to kind of tell everybody the context of why we're doing this today. So last podcast episode, we're about to end the episode. It was about to be all cool, end it. And then we were talking about the ending of My Hero Academia and all that good stuff. And you know, we brought up like Deku and Uraraka and their ending of their relationship, and then Random decided to drop a bombshell on us saying, "Oh, that shit's not good. It's not good." And then he proceeded to say, "Yeah, shonen romances aren't good." So then we got in a whole debate at the end of last podcast episode about shonen romances, and now we're here. We're here to talk about them. We're here to judge them on a tier list made by Santo, of course, and then we're gonna judge basically how good these shonen romances are from S to trash. I am going to ask a question for everybody. Do you guys want to rate it based on how well written the romance is in the story in terms of writing the romance, or are we judging it how good of a romance it is, like the relationship? Like how
I
are
say
we?
both. We
I
can.
feel like
debate
it's a
it.
combination.
So wouldn't that have to factor in?
You're gonna
Yeah,
have
wouldn't that
to
be
talk
factored
about
in?
because each
Right.
one is
For
different.
both? Okay.
Yeah, you have to factor that in. Yeah, for sure.
Because you have like some more like
Wait, are you-
toxic relationships that are
Oh,
written
okay,
well,
okay.
but
Yeah,
they
yeah,
are
yeah, yeah, yeah. I see what you're saying.
toxic. So it's like, are we gonna give it a good grade even though it's not a
Okay.
good relationship?
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm about to say, yeah. I mean, I think both.
It's gonna be. I
Both.
think it's gonna be something we have to discuss for each one to try to figure out.
Yeah.
All right,
Let's
but
get it.
It's random
all
here.
right.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
Random. You are the you're
Yeah,
the
we're
main
doing
event
We're doing
today.
this for you. Yeah, we're doing this for you, bud.
Yeah, I need to. We had to talk about Deku no Chaku because
Yeah, Pastor Random was the one that was putting all this heathenism in.
It's funny because he's about to turn into the pastor and he's about to piss everybody off in this next joint.
Crazy.
It's about to be electric.
All right. Yeah, meanwhile, while we read from Random, I guess we can go one by one. Start off with Lonnie to pick one and then we'll talk about it.
Well,
Wouldn't it make sense to go in order?
like in the
What you mean?
Like,
Oh, from top down?
yeah,
I mean,
top down.
I mean, we can. We still waiting on Random because that's the one that we really got to dive into. So,
Yeah, facts.
you guys want to start from top down, or do you guys want to choose individually?
I want to choose individually. Yeah,
choose.
honestly.
I'll choose individually.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll
Alright.
zoom in.
All right, Lonnie, y'all for Random's fixing his mic. You choose first, Lonnie.
All right. Because I want to be nasty. Can you?
We just got here.
Yeah, can I put Meliodas and Elizabeth in trash?
Trash. All right, let me hear the explanation. Why it's
Oh
trash.
my God.
it's weird.
Let me hear the explanation. But we ain't gonna dive into the
Yeah.
just like talk about their relationship and what happens. Let's
No, it's
No,
not.
why is
I actually don't think it's trash.
No,
But
yeah, I'm about to-
First people,
that
first
makes more
people.
sense. Yeah, that makes more sense. Though.
I'll just be nasty tonight. I would actually probably put it in C tier. It's solid, like with the whole reincarnation thing, always finding each other, and then she always dies tragically and stuff like that. Of course, he has a weird case when like when he's carrying her as a baby, and they're like, "Oh, like how's your dog?" He's like, "Get your hands off my woman." That was a little bit of a sus moment. You can't really deny that. You can't. But no, the fact that it is a beautiful, like in every single life that they find each other and stuff like that, even though it's also tragic and like it's different iterations. Sometimes like she lives very long, sometimes she lives very short, but like they still always have that beautiful connection. It's just that we only get to see that really in the flashbacks. When it comes like the actual main storyline, it's a lot of just fan service, him putting his face in her titties and stuff like that. And like they still have a few cute conversations, but like the main storyline of their relationship is nothing too crazy. So I put it in solid.
Up until like we know who Elizabeth is, it is very one-sided and cringe. So I'll give it there. But tell me a more tragic relationship than Meliodas and Elizabeth.
Ding, 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 ding.
That's shonen. That's shonen. Don't tell me no seinen. That's shonen. Tell me something more tragic as Elizabeth and Meliodas, because what they go through is insane. I'm not gonna lie. What they go through is insane, and the fact that Meliodas is able to retain his love for as long as he did, despite going through tragedy after tragedy after tragedy,
and losing his humanity every single time that he dies.
Facts.
And she have to remember him over again every
And
time.
then they only get, what is it, 2 weeks or 2 days afterwards?
I forget the time frame, but the moment she remembers him, she
It's
dies.
a clock.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a crazy.
Yo, come on, bro.
So I would honestly put them in S tier for the simple fact that the storyline actually revolves around their love story. It's actually one of the few shonen where I actually think that it does romance really, really well, because the entire story is their romance.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be A tier. I didn't think it.
At least I think like
A. I thought it'd be
A or
minimum
S
A.
at least, for the simple fact that it's the way it's written is just really well.
I said we overrule Lonnie.
Yeah,
See?
C is crazy, Lonnie.
He's crashing.
You be toxic.
So where are we
because
going?
you're hurt doesn't mean anything.
I said A. I think that was like
but
the consensus.
The shonen romance op is here. So like, what do you think about Meliodas and Elizabeth? Brandon.
Can
y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, all right. For crazy part is Lonnie's completely slandered me in that Mushu point, but it's fine. We can talk about that at the end because he refused to add a lot of context about what we're talking about. Plus,
You said Mushu was ass. That's all right.
You were slandering Clint, but we don't need to talk about that right now. Okay, I completely disagree with Lonnie. I would probably put Meliodas. I hate the amount of like completely unnecessary touching that he does. Like I'll say this: the backstory of their love really saved it for me. Like it really did, because at some point I'm like, bruh, like take a break. So, but I agree. I would probably put it in A because I cannot fully put it in S because of all the stuff that he does. Like, I get that you do all that stuff. And then she remembers you, and I'm just not gonna forget about that stuff you was doing in season 1, 2, and 3. All that. Well, he always got a weird case, man. He got a weird case.
Yeah.
So, but I would probably put it in A itself. But I wanted to add this real quick. What I said last week was a completely it was a blanket statement, and I deserve the hate that you got. I think the more and more modern we get, I think the romances in more modern shonen are bad. At least are not well written enough.
All right.
That's basically it. Because the older we go, the more I'll be like, yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Like, I'll always agree with you guys. But I think more and more modern ones have proven to be not written well. And obviously we have plenty of examples that are not on here, but I can throw those.
Well, Deku and Uraraka's on here.
I know, but Shinra and Iris is on here, and nobody's going to defend that.
Well, I have a question. What are you basing like a good? Oh, dang, I think I froze.
Yeah, we can hear you, but your camera's frozen.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm about to ask you, what are you basing a good romance on?
I always look at I always look at the time that they spend together. Obviously, you're looking for more romantic moments. The toughest part about, and Miles rightfully attacked me last week because I understand that they're saving the world or they're doing whatever the overall plot of the story is. But I still think there should be more times where they're, at least for me personally, I think their relationship like it sells it for me because I think, like, for instance, Shinra and Iris was bad. You just never believe it at all. The entire story, even in the manga, you just don't believe it. And I personally, I think they don't spend enough time together. And it just feels like, especially Iris loses her Iris's importance in the story. Like at some points can get really bad, then can get really good. But at the same time, like it's like they really get lost in the overall theme of the show. Where did Ty go? Is Ty good?
He froze.
He's gonna come back.
He froze.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I always base like that. The toughest part for me is because how much I love slice of life and romances anyway, that I tend to grade those romances on that curve, which is unfair because those ones, they're not saved. Like, for instance, Bunny Girl Senpai, I understand that he's saving in a way, saving timelines or whatever, but realistically, he's just trying to be with his girl. That's all he's trying to be. He's not doing anything else. And I know J Rob, you're always gonna smile because that name puts you up. But
Yeah,
you watch
it
that,
made me laugh.
if you watch it, J Rob, you're gonna come back and be like, damn.
Bunny Girl Senpai.
So the name completely
It's actually Rascal Doesn't Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai.
You know what I meant.
Oh, okay.
You know what I
okay.
mean.
That's the full name.
That's the full name.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so that's the toughest part. But I still think, like, when we talk Deku Rock, I just don't think they spend enough time together for me to buy it. I just don't.
Okay, well,
Really in
I
class.
don't agree with that, but we will get around to it. We'll get around.
We're gonna come. Yeah, we're gonna come.
We'll come
Yeah.
around to it because we just started, so it's no point of going down the full rabbit.
Random, it's your turn. Pick a ship.
Let's just go ahead and put Goku and Chi-Chi in trash. Let's just go ahead and do it.
Ty, get over here! Hurry up! Hurry up, Ty! I need Ty to hear, man.
First things first. Outside of Dragon Ball, which it's great.
Wait, can I just say one thing? Tom, I mean to interrupt you, but you also just said you thought relationships in older.
Yeah, but that doesn't. It's not a blanket statement, though.
Yeah, no, that's true.
It's not.
Okay,
Goku and Chi-Chi literally, they barely spend any time together. They really don't. I especially as after Dragon Ball. Like,
I mean, how do you think she got all those kids?
Just because they fucking don't mean what we talk about.
How are you gonna take out a whole chunk of the story to justify them not being around each other when she was that important to Dragon Ball?
It was I said outside of Dragon Ball.
Yeah, but I'm saying you detracting that part of the story to say it's bad.
But okay, if Dragon Ball was
facts.
just it, I would agree with you. But we have everything else. They just don't spend time together. They just don't. We never see them. Sure, we understand that he has kids, but we don't.
But their relationship isn't established to you, though. Like it's not an established relationship.
It's established, but I don't think it's written well. It's not written well at all.
What else do you have to see?
Well, let me ask you.
Can they spend any time together?
But this is my question. So here's my Go ahead.
Real quick, because I don't watch Dragon Ball and I've never read it, but I didn't even know that Goku had a wife. Is that what she is?
She's
a girlfriend?
Wife.
I didn't know that.
She's a complete afterthought.
But it's like I'm aware of what Dragon Ball is and the main characters and everything. I didn't know who she was. So I kind of have to agree with him on that one because, like, even before I watched Naruto or read it or even with Bleach, like, I knew who the couples were, even not watching or reading it just from everybody else talking about it and seeing what's online. I don't see any fan arts of anything with Goku and a woman anywhere.
Do you just curious? Do you know who Vegeta's married to?
No, but I've seen her.
Oh, so okay.
I don't know the names. No, like I don't know the names, but I've seen art of him. Tumblr was a weird place, okay?
Okay, I get it. But Random, can you repeat your first statement now that our resident Dragon Ball Z fan is here?
So I put Goku and Chi-Chi.
I'm the resident Dragon Ball Z fan.
You're the biggest Dragon Ball Z fan here.
I put Goku and Chi-Chi in trash.
Why?
Because outside of Dragon Ball, they do not spend any time together. Chi-Chi's a complete afterthought in the story.
So if I name time they spent together in Z, then will this blanket statement change or no?
You can,
I'm just asking. I just want to know.
no, because I still don't
He
think
won't
it's
change.
it's.
Okay. Well, then
I don't,
let's talk about this.
Ty,
Let's talk about it.
Are
He
you
said
really
they don't
about to
spend-
tell
hold on,
me?
Hold on,
Ty,
he said they don't spend time together. And if I said
no,
name the
Ty,
characters they did,
Ty, hold up.
he said it won't change. So there's nothing to talk about.
No, Ty, hold on. Okay, you can name the points, but you cannot tell me that is written well. It is not at all. Outside of Dragon Ball, it is not written well at all.
They spend more time together in Z than in OG.
Then how? Then how come we don't?
No, hold on a second. Random. You said it's not written. It's better written in OG Dragon Ball. Why? Why is it better written in OG Dragon Ball?
They spend more time together. At least for me, from my thing, I think they spend more time together.
Because you see them on.
Tell me when.
Like, okay, when well, but first of all, when they fight it, when she fights at the tournament, when they fight at the tournament, when they first meet, right?
And then
I just think the way it's written, it's way written better in Dragon Ball than it is in Dragon Ball Z. You can even if you name the times, Ty, you cannot tell me that relationship.
If you let me explain, so their first meeting with the Ox King, right? He met there. Then they met again in OG Dragon Ball. Then they met again at the tournament, which that's when she was wanting to fight Goku because he had. And again, they were like 10 at the time, and they made that. She said that you should marry me one day, and he didn't know what marriage was because he grew up in the damn forest by himself. He didn't know what it was. He made that agreement. That's why they got married in OG Dragon Ball. They spend more time in Z together. Matter of fact, one of the best times that I think that I really enjoyed the interactions when Goku had the heart virus. That had more.
That's a highlight, but that does not make.
You didn't let me finish. You let me finish, Ram. I just let you spill the nonsense. That went more in depth in their relationship than anything in OG Dragon Ball. Anything, it did. Matter of fact, they interact more in Z because they're dealing with the child. Most of it, because again, a big part of was Z was getting going acclimated to the Z fight, which Chi-Chi consistently had a problem with, and so that made them always interact in Z. So what you're saying to me doesn't really even make sense. And then we even see how she feels about them after Z. Like the reason why she didn't want, like I think the way that his death in the Cell Saga to me was one of the most interesting that happened to her character, because one of the things that she wanted was for Gohan not to be involved in fighting, but she allowed Gohan to train because when she lost Goku, she wanted her son to still have a piece of him, so she trained Goten. Like that to me was more impactful in the story as far as her character and their relationship than anything in OG Dragon Ball. Her mourning the loss of her husband and then instilling values in her child because she wants them to both still have that connection. And she tells Goten, the reason that I got into fighting, the reason that I connect to your father because we loved each other through battle. That to me does more than anything in OG Dragon Ball. It just does. Like the stuff with Goten, the stuff with Gohan, and then when he had the heart virus, that to me informs more about the relationship than anything in OG Dragon Ball. Like it just like I'm confused how it's good in OG Dragon Ball, not as good as Z, but we have more context of the relationship in Z. We see how their parenting styles clash in Z, which gives them more information on the relationship. And then we see after his death how that impacted her children moving forward after their loss of him. I'm not even sure how OG Dragon Ball does nothing like that. Like it just doesn't. Like I'm confused.
Okay. Real quick. Is there any? Because I don't read Super. I've only like watched it. Is there any like big moments with them in Super at all?
So at the beginning of Super, where Goku gave up. It's funny thing is Goku gave up martial arts for Chi-Chi in the beginning of Super. Like he gave it up. Like he get like. So we see here Goku farming because like he gonna do martial arts. But he did not go to King Kai's planet because he had to start a career because he didn't want Chi-Chi because he was gone for 7 years because he's in the other world. But then he comes back into Super and he works on a farm because he wants to take care of his family. Like that to me shows how much. Think about this for a second. Goku gave up martial arts and the train he wanted to for Chi-Chi. That to me speaks volumes about Goku.
You cut out, Ty.
Yo, he was cooking so loud.
He was cooking. Hold on.
Hey,
go back. Go back, Ty.
Let Santo go.
I was gonna say, I think the word romance is really taken out of context here because you're looking at a married couple that love each other and are going based more on the responsibilities of being married versus going on dates, holding hands, kissing and whatnot. No, they're parenting. Like Ty said, like one of the most loving things in a relationship is sacrifice. he sacrifices martial arts. Like his greatest,
Goku!
like his greatest
Goku!
passion, like his
Think
greatest
about that for a
passion
second.
for that. Like I think we get
Good-
caught
they
up
cooking
on
right now. They
all
cooking,
the
yeah.
slice of life romance stories where they're going on. You have your blushing moments. You're holding hands. You're going on dates. You're establishing a relationship. This relationship's already established. Like they're showing a different side of what a relationship is.
I have one more point. The funny thing about it is that Hercule, because of Hercule got the credit for Majin Buu, right? Even though the Earthlings did it. Hercule literally says, I will give you guys millions, which will relieve Goku from his responsibility so he can go train. His fans were financially taken care of. But he did, and he would be able to get his passion for martial arts to be able to train with King Kai like he wanted. But he said, I need to check in with Chi-Chi to make sure this decision for our family is okay. Like, even though Hercule gives him an opportunity that Goku, this bag of money will give Goku back his old life of martial arts. But he is like, I will not make this decision without consulting my wife first. He like that. I don't think we understand how huge that is for someone like that. That's like Naruto saying, I'm giving up being Hokage for Hinata. That's the equivalent. That's like Luffy saying, I'm giving up the One Piece for Boa. Like that is massive for Goku. Like his entire being, like, and remember this, y'all. All he knows is fighting. Like his grandpa Gohan trained to be martial arts. Then grandpa Gohan died, and all he had was fighting by himself. And then he would train on a Master Roshi. All the things that Goku has about self-improvement was literally in martial arts was drilled in him as a child. That's all he knows. He's willing to give his way of life for his wife.
Facts.
Once
Cool.
again, Random. Once
Facts.
again,
Like
and
I'm not even touching those things in Z with Gohan and Chi-Chi, like all that stuff. Like
Gohan's not married to Chi-Chi, so Gohan is not a part of this.
I'm talking about their parenting style. I'm talking about like the way he parents.
I understand. Look, I understand what Santo's saying about their relationship already being established, but through faults of his own, and I understand that Lani went out. We still understand that Goku is a great husband and father, but the fact that we don't see. Is it too much for me to ask for more intimate moments with them together? I understand that the highlight of Goku with the heart virus was huge. It really was. But like they have, at least to my opinion, I think they have bad communication at times. From what we see, they have bad communication at times. I understand that she trains Goten so that she can have something of his father, but he's not there. Like I just think Goku's a great father. We don't need to do this again. But I still think I'm asking for at least some moments where they spend quality time together more than we have. I understand that, sure, that they have kids together, or that she was there for him when he had the heart virus, so we can see that she truly does care for him. But at times, their relationship is, by the way, treated as a joke by the manga itself. You can't lie to me about that. It is.
In what way?
Besides the fact that, okay, when Goku legitimately is flying away from her to go train and leaving Chi-Chi at the house. Okay.
When? Okay.
Now, so give me a second. Now I have to look for it. But what I'm still saying, when the relationship that is sold to me, in my opinion, I do not think it is good at all. Sure, they have highlight moments, but it is not good to me at all. And that's what I should have said last week, was that in my opinion, I think, especially as we get more modern, shonens are not, their romances or their relationships are not written well enough for me to buy them. That's what. So you can say I'm changing the
actually, PGM. Sorry.
So you can say that I'm changing. You can say that I'm changing the argument. I guess so you can cook me for that. But what I really should have said was that, at least for me, the way, especially as we get more and more modern, they're just not written well.
But I guess to me, we do get those moments, like for example, whether it be the break right before they fight Cell, whether it be the beginning of OG Z, whether it be when Goku, after the Saiyans attack and she's with him in the hospital, like by his side, like all these things. And also, when you say bad communication, they're very much like they communicate everything. I'm a little confused by this, right? Like she is not uninformed about what Goku does. She is not uninformed about things going on. She just doesn't like that Gohan gets involved. But again, he is necessary. Like for example, Goku said, like Chi-Chi, Goku. Here's the greatest thing. Goku was about to not let Gohan participate in the Cell Games until he got Chi-Chi's approval. Like he said, Chi-Chi, if you let Gohan, because Goku knew I can't be Cell. We need, but he would not cross that boundary with Chi-Chi, even though he knew he was going to lose. Think about that for a second. I think that to me speaks to the writing of their character, like the fact they're willing to make these sacrifices for each other. For example, she doesn't want Goku to be involved in fighting, but she does because of Goku. Gohan doesn't. Gohan at the beginning of the story when Goku allows like Krillin and Bulma and Roshi to meet Gohan. They literally said, like, you see a martial arts? Well, nah, because she just wanted to fight. Like, Goku said, it's such a waste. I wanted to teach my son to be martial arts. I want my son to share my passion. But his mom is not okay with that, so I respect her decision. Like to me, we have such a good understand how they feel about each other. We have those moments in between arcs or when Goku is injured, because like those are the times that the story is going to focus on those moments. So I feel like those moments are there. I feel like when we have those down moments, we have a complete understanding of their relationship. They do communicate well. Like, they make sacrifices for each other. I think for a story that is not a romance story, it does what it needs to do. Like, that's why I'm a little confused. Like, what?
And I guess for me, I'll say I just don't think they do it well enough for me to buy it.
So
That's just where I'm at. And I get you guys don't have to like that reason, but I just don't agree with it.
So let Moon Peaches go, and then we'll have to go to the next one.
Okay, so I have like a question. So how was their relationship actually established? Because like I said, like from what I'm hearing now, I'd put them in like C or B for the simple fact of like it's an established relationship, but how was the relationship established? Was he already in this relationship when the story started, or did it like progress over time? Because if it was just kind of like a thing where it was like, oh, in the background it's progressing, then no, I don't think that it deserves to be B. Then I would put it in C, just for the simple fact of the way that it started. But then you're being shown a different side of a relationship, which is a more established relationship where you don't have to necessarily do the hugging and kissing and showing all of that all the time. But if it's almost like a Sasuke and
no, it's not that. It's not that even remotely close.
Not even close. They met when they were kids, and she had a crush on him. Goku didn't develop that until the end.
So it's more of like a Hinata thing, then.
No. Well, so I don't know if what do you mean by not a thing? You're talking about.
No, like Hinata, like Naruto and Hinata.
Like Naruto and Hinata.
The reason why I don't know, it's not like a Naruto and Hinata, because in the story of Naruto, we don't see them together until Boruto. Like, if you take this to Naruto manga, we don't really see Naruto and Hinata as a.
I think she's talking about how they get started. And
yeah,
I think
I'm talking like the establishment of like her pining after him and him kind of like just kind of being an idiot about it, basically.
Okay, so I guess the beginning of the relationship is that she had a crush on him because she had a crush on him because like he was a strong warrior, and they ended up meeting a few times OG Dragon Ball, and then in the end of the tournament they end up getting together in a tournament. And that's what I said. I think in Z we get and that's why I
wouldn't say that. So like
I think it's like a C or B. C or B. If you want to say C, it's fine.
I would put it in a C.
I was like, I don't really see how OG Dragon Ball does a better job of fleshing a relationship than Z does. I don't see how that does that. But.
Can I just ask one question though? Because it's not even about Dragon Ball Z. This pertains to just shonen romance as a whole. I just when we come to these romances and like some things you don't like based off like and this is because you said this last week and then you said it a few times again. You're like they don't spend enough quality time together enough for your liking. And so my question to you is like, how many panels or how much time of an episode would you want them to use up to establish like the small nuances of these relationships with certain characters, especially when like the overarching plot of the story isn't really specifically pertaining to that said relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's, if for example, like Uraka and Deku, like you said, they weren't together enough. I think they spent a lot of time together in school. Like they were
I agree.
Always around each other. They were in the same friend group with Ida. So it's like they may not have always seen them sitting on the couch watching TV, but they've had so many dynamics. That's why I'm like, when you say spending more time together, are you talking about like going on dates and like kissing and like hugging? Because I think like I think a relationship or a romance, because we're talking about them in couples and obviously using like the eyes of it being a shonen anime, how much can they really give you per episode?
Like for instance, Eren and Mikasa to me is maybe my favorite modern shonen romance. Like obviously it doesn't need to be intimate for me to say, even though I would probably prefer that, but I think that's just the slice of life of me saying that. But it's just the fact that for some reason I really buy maybe it takes a somebody way smarter than me to explain the nuances of their relationship, but I really buy their relationship together. I really do. It just really works for me. And when I look at, for instance, like Tanjiro and Kanai from Demon Slayer, what are we doing? They have that one moment in the start, and sure, they meet up, but it's not good. All of a sudden, they're just together at the end, and people just, oh, they had such a great. I'm like, when they're not, they just don't. Whether it's because the author just had things to do or anything like that, like they just don't spend the time enough together at all to even establish.
Yo, but don't you think?
Sorry, go ahead.
But isn't Eren and Mikasa kind of like, bro, like they literally spend the entire series together, like you know what I'm saying? Like that's
the worst example you could have picked.
And not even yeah, I was gonna say there's not a lot of romance in that regard, but it's like if you're talking about, I'm going back to the spending time together. I mean, bro, that's the most extreme two you could have picked because
it was just the first one that came to mind. It was just the first one that came to mind. It was just the first one that came to mind.
Like, tailored to extremes.
We'll get to that, but yeah, random. You definitely need to articulate exactly what about it that you don't like, right? So that way it helps you understand which pieces of information you are looking for or you're missing out on. So we'll dive into that more as we go on. But J-Rod,
my bad, I know you want to move on. That's one thing. I'm sorry.
No, you good. It's your turn. To pick a relationship.
I'm gonna just take the easy way out. I'm just gonna put Naruto and Hinata in. I'm gonna put them in S tier. I'm putting them at the top.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. That's Naruto Hinata. Low-key one of my favorite journeys.
What?
I love it. I love it, bro.
I got them A.
What's up?
A S. I don't care. I'm gonna be honest. She went S to me. She went S to me when she was ready to die for my dog.
With pain.
Yeah, the pain. And then the movie, bro. The movie set it off. Like the movie kind of made him realize, like, oh, this girl really been rocked. So I think,
and we're counting Boruto.
We have from A to S.
Taylor, you haven't seen the movie. I think the movie's a big needle mover.
Yeah, but I've seen Naruto, and it just
she never saw the last.
No, she hasn't seen the last movie.
You gotta watch the last.
Oh, she gotta see the last.
You gotta watch.
See the last.
Yeah.
Man.
Did you see the war?
It's all about them.
Like it's all about them. It gives you like some of the little kid parts.
I understand that, but I'm just saying from what I've seen in it, I put them almost on the same level of Sasuke and Sakura. Like I don't.
No way.
Well, I have a question.
Almost. Sasuke and Sakura are still worse, but it's just it's the her pining after him and then him just being like, oh, I finally got to where I wanted and did what I want, so now I'm gonna go ahead and just go with whoever's been pining after me the longest.
No, but
another woman.
How do you?
No, but hold on. Do not forget when Sakura came up to Naruto and was like, "I love you, Naruto. You can be with me now. You don't got to do this no more." And Naruto,
I've heard a lot of.
We better talk Naruto. I'm just saying.
I've heard a lot of. I don't know if this is just. I don't know if this like has to do with
Naruto, by the way.
Put them headphones on and listen to this.
Don't listen to him.
It's just romance. You can listen.
Yeah,
you can listen. It's good.
No, because that might bring up specific.
No, that thing.
I'm gonna bring up a specific moment.
Oh yeah, I was spoiling with that.
Yeah, I would say this though. I think that, and I don't know. It's just I see the pattern. I think a lot of the female fans have just an issue. If this was reversed, and he was pining after her.
No, I still would have hated it.
I'm not necessarily saying you. I'm telling you what I feel like I've seen consistently. It's like if a dude is kind of doing this thing and he's not. I don't think it was a Naruto not feeling Hinata. I just feel like
in the beginning, yes, it was.
No, he literally. I don't know. I just think he didn't know.
I think that Naruto still showed a lot of respect and care for Hinata before. Like it didn't have to be. I like her. He respected her. That's more important to me. His respect for her was so high. Like he said, like this girl got beat down but didn't give up. That's one of the big.
Can I bring up a scene, Todd?
Yeah,
you literally talking about it when he dips his when she gets her ass beat by Neji and he walks up and he puts his hand.
I seen that part.
He puts his hand in her blood and reaches it out to Neji and is like, "Yo, like when I see you." because of what you did to her, I'm gonna prove to you that she's right and you're wrong, and that destiny can be overwritten just by being a strong fighter, having a strong will, all of that. It's not about how you're born. I thought that was a really good scene that showed how much he cared for her just by being a respectful, good dude. It wasn't about him.
But I didn't see that in a romance setting. I just saw that as that's what he would do in general.
But
like that would just be his reaction in general, not just because it was her.
But to me, to me, I don't think that really matters. Let me tell you why. It's still building. Let me tell you why. It's still building.
Talking about the romance of these two here.
I know. Stick with me for a second.
S tier.
Stick with me for a second. I mean, it could be A. I don't know if it's S tier or not. I mean, what I'm saying is those moments build their personal relationship, though. Like it builds their personal relationship. It's like if you dated somebody. It's like y'all build a friendship first, and then y'all dating is it works. I think that them building respect, building respect for her, building care for her, makes him the husband he is to her now.
And to bounce off that is like this is what I said last podcast episode. There are different types of relationships and how they are created, and this is definitely one where Hinata already had the established feelings. But like what Ty was saying, everything Naruto was doing with Hinata was building their relationship continuously. Like there are when Shippuden happens, the other moment where Hinata did the huge moment to save Naruto, and we've never seen Naruto go that berserk ever. Out of everyone, Hinata made him go the most berserk in the entire series.
He was like, "I'm gonna tear this thing down."
We're forgetting
Lonnie, don't beat me to it.
Because this is where I'm slightly siding with her, because we are forgetting Boruto, and because this is why I think it's more A than S, because as you guys were talking about Chi-Chi and Goku, how like sometimes like when in terms of like when kids are involved and stuff like that, it becomes more about sacrifice and putting like kids first and stuff like that. Like that's a big basis of your relationship. So that Boruto scene, was he being a good husband / father?
When he didn't go to the birthday party.
When he didn't go to the birthday party, because who's the parents? At the end of the day, no.
I'm gonna be honest.
At the end of the day, here's the thing. At the end of the day, Hinata is his partner. Hinata is his wife partner. Who had to deal with the fallout of that? Who had to deal with the fallout of that?
But Hinata is the one who understood why it was happening.
But he still put her in that position.
That doesn't mean that it should happen.
What's wrong with that?
No.
Can we stop acting like
that's like saying Lonnie became the president and he couldn't spend as much time with you, but y'all knew Lonnie was becoming the president. Like that's going to be an 8-year a little adjustment.
Yeah, but that's not thing, right?
Lonnie got to drop the ball, man. He had to deal with the fallout. That's why I'm saying it's more A, not S. I'm putting it A, not S.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all. People treat Naruto again attempted to make the birthday mistake. Y'all treat that like this man committed a murder. Oh my God! The president of the world had. It just so happens that his son's birthday collided with his responsibility to the village because he is not only a husband, he is literally the father of the village. Like
I understand why he did it, Tom.
But you also have to remember.
The bringer of world peace.
Y'all judging this by weird criteria.
No, it's not even about world peace.
Hold on a second, Lonnie. I'm bringing it up because you said that makes him. You said is that him being a good father husband? I'm saying yes. Like he's not a bad husband because he had Hokage responsibility.
He's not bad for it, but it's still like yo, when you know when he comes, eventually he comes home, he has to be like, yo, babe, I'm sorry that happened, yada yada yada. He still has to like have that conversation.
What made him a good husband and good father?
Showing up.
So leaving. So leaving his Hokage responsibilities for
he was doing paperwork. Paperwork can wait till tomorrow, nigga.
What?
What are you talking about, bro?
Why doesn't he have the shadow? Why doesn't he have the shadow mode doing the paperwork?
I think we're making light of the fact that he is a world leader.
I'm saying, why isn't the shadow mode doing the paperwork? He's not Naruto, like the fastest nigga in the verse. He can't fly and ride you over there at the house.
I'm not saying he's
Why are we discussing this man's job so much? We're not
Because
talking
Because we're talking about time.
Lonnie brought it up.
Time.
No,
You
but
brought
at the
up
same time, no, we're really acting like two things. One, he couldn't have the shadow clone doing the paperwork while he literally
Nah,
passed
this
it
is
at
a
home.
weird. This
So
is a
we're
weird.
also
This is a
acting like this
dialogue.
nigga can't travel like near light speed.
Lonnie,
You're making us look
Here's
bad.
my question.
Teleport
Here's
at the
my
house real
question.
quick.
Here's my question.
One at a
This
time.
is your savior.
One
This
at
is
a
your
time.
This your
king.
One at
king?
a time. One at a
This
time.
is a bad,
This is a bad look.
This is my question.
You know the weird
Yeah.
thing about this? The weird thing about people saying, "Oh, the shot club could have been there," so it would have exploded in the office, and he would have been at like. If the clone disappeared regardless, that means that and he was gonna be missing in one of the locations. Like
He couldn't just stop by real quick. He could stop by. We
No,
know how fast this nigga
I'm
is.
just
We
be
know
like,
how
I'm
fast
just
this
be
nigga
Hey,
is.
before
What's
you
taking
ask
him
your
5
question,
seconds to get home?
hold on. Before you ask your question, Kent Lipscomb Jr. Appreciate you becoming a member on the YouTube channel. Hey, we cooking up over here. We really doing things. We see all of y'all. We hit 40 people in this. So y'all support the channel, like, subscribe, because we got more stuff to do. But Moon Peach was about to ask a question. I'll let her ask her.
J Rob, is you hug your top 5, top 10?
My ADHD took over and I completely forgot what I was going to say.
All right, well, let's move on to the
I just don't think it belongs in S tier. I'd put it in B.
I could put an A.
I-
No,
I
I'm
put an
definitely not
A.
putting it in B.
I'll
Put an
say
A.
I'm okay with
We'll
A.
go down to A. But I'm
I ain't gonna lie,
definitely not
they
going.
I'm moving Goku Chi up one.
Could you?
Oh my god!
No,
Moon Peaches,
don't
could you
go
watch?
Chi stay in C.
Moon
We've
Peaches, could
already
you
No,
watch?
watched
no, hold on a
Could
second.
you and
I'm
Lonnie? Can
saying-
you and Lonnie watch Naruto
I'm-
the last together, and then could we do this one more time?
Sure, Lonnie.
Please,
Okay.
You go to a
please,
good time and
please.
we'll watch
Please
Naruto.
Please
live.
watch this movie first, and then
Only reason-
Can I
only
say
reason
just
I
one
say that
thing?
is
I'm begging you,
only
watch
reason
the
I say
movie
B-
first.
I will
only reason
watch the movie.
Thank you,
Only
thank you,
reason
thank you.
I say B is because all the stuff we get in Z, but that's what I think.
I will just say, just rewatch the moment where Naruto's ninja way was on the brink of getting removed out of his mind, out of his heart, and who brought him back. That's all I'm saying.
Who
Real.
brought him back? home?
Hey, Santo, you pick the next one. Oh, you.
I'll go. You know what? I'll go with the right here.
There is no fucking way. Y'all put Goku and Vegeta over. Oh my.
No, if
Listen,
Chi-Chi and
I said it
Goku
once,
can't get
I'll
to that
say it
end,
again.
but
The only thing I know of these two is off of Tumblr, and it was very
I got you. I'll
explicit.
explain the relationship. I'll explain it to you.
Hold
Yo,
on.
I want
Hold
you to
on.
know Vegeta is a horny frog, and he liked what he seen. He
No.
liked what he seen. He was
Can I-
a freaky
wait, wait,
frog,
wait.
and he
And she-
liked
and she
Bulma.
trapped
That's
him.
how it started.
Yo.
Bulma gave
Yo,
her
yo.
a scorpion death lock. He
Please.
scorpion death lock Vegeta and made him a baby daddy. And that's oh my.
Can I please explain the relationship?
Hold on. Before you go, can I just say
God.
that was a troll?
Oh,
This is
that
where
was
I
a-
have him. It's great having the power here.
Oh,
Hey,
bro.
Hold
on.
He do love him some Bulma now.
Hold on.
Now he love him some Bulma.
Hold
though. I
on,
will
before
admit, he
anybody,
love Bulma.
before you all go crazy, let me just. He sent a $2 super chat. We need to revisit power system between comics and anime. Trust
No, you
me,
don't.
we probably will.
I want to
though.
be on that one.
What we're gonna do is probably gonna do like a power system anime draft for a future episode. We'll have Lion on for that, but in due time, we'll have a different type of power system conversation.
So,
Bro,
Bro,
your son
here's
till
my
you're
problem.
7 years
Oh,
old.
hold
Kai,
on,
before you-
hold on. Trent just sent a $5 super chat. He said, "W Street, why I look like you got my brother?"
Oh,
Why'd they
You said
slandering
I
me for?
nah,
He
Trent,
said
they
I
jumped
jumped
me.
in.
They jumped me, Todd. They jumped me, Trent. They
Nah,
jumped
I'm
me.
saying actually,
Trent,
Lonnie
you
got
need
jumped
to
today.
rewind to
Yo.
past the random in the beginning.
Please,
Trent, that shit
bro.
was
Trent,
funny.
rewind to the beginning.
Guys,
Watch
can I
Random Eulogy.
explain?
It's hilarious,
No,
bro.
You can-
I just go ahead, Santo.
Thank you.
Please let me go out to Santo. Please let me go out to Santo.
So the reason I have it in A, I think that from the beginning, we all know it started as a one night stand.
That boy, I haven't said anything yet.
Facts.
It's starting from there. He liked cheeks. She gave it to him. Yamcha, step aside. The real G comes in. I will say that for a Saiyan that is very prideful and is very at points extremely selfish and puts pride over everything. I think Bulma really got to his soul, to his core. It shows that she really unlocks a lot of his character to me in Dragon Ball Z, in Dragon Ball Super. That's just me. To see someone go from I'm gonna destroy everything to when he's about to sacrifice himself for the entire world, the first thing that he thinks about is his wife and his kids. It shows to me a level of intimacy, of passion, of commitment to his partner. Yeah, I think it's up there. I think it's I think it's greater than Goku Chi-Chi, personally.
That's my
Before Ty, before you go, I want to say something real quick because I know you're about
I also
to
want
go
to say
crazy.
something.
Real quick. For someone like me, who's not really like an emotional person, I think I give so much credit to when there's moments that is built up so well, where it's like I felt that. And Vegeta and Bulma have 2 moments. Vegeta, final stand, of course, and then that's my Bulma. Man, that's my Bulma. It's so top tier.
Where he
man.
puts his life on the line twice.
I
So
just
top.
I just want to say one thing, Ty, real quick before you go, okay? Because the
You
only
gotta
things this man is
crashing
dying.
out.
The only things that I know, one is that this man, like whenever I saw them, it always reminded me of Godzilla and Levy off of Fairy Tale. So already they win in my book. They're already better. But secondly, this man, according to Tumblr, is nothing but a freak. So
Yes.
The greatest sugar baby in anime history.
Yo, he's a
Fact.
freaky
All
frog.
right,
yo.
please, y'all, please. I'm begging y'all, please.
Go ahead, Ty.
Go crazy, Ty.
First of all, here's my problem, right? First of all, Goku had that against Zamasu. When Zamasu killed Chi-Chi from a different fucking timeline, he crashed out. It wasn't even his Chi-Chi. He still fucking crashed out because it was a it didn't matter. It didn't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter. Hold on, it don't matter. Second of all, when Goku died, both times he died, Chi-Chi was the first thing he thought of. Like he literally both times he died against Radix and against freaking Cell. Both times. So that to me, that's a wash. Second of all, Vegeta is people talk about Goku being bad husband. Vegeta was literally awful.
Literally
Do
bad
y'all
husband.
know? Do y'all know that when he got when Bulma got pregnant, when he after he smashed Bulma, she did not see this nigga for a year. They said, "Hey, yo, where's Vegeta?" She said, "Shit, I don't know. She got a baby in her. I don't know where that nigga."
But they care about that birthday party
I
though.
haven't seen him.
But that birthday party didn't go through that.
We did a lot in that birthday party.
Yeah, again, people talk about birthdays. Mind y'all, that was 3 years. 3 years that passed between the Freedom Saga and Navi Saga. We don't know when Trunks was conceived. Maybe he was like 2. The nigga been gone for a long time. That's all I know. Secondly, Dr. Zero comes. He literally blasts the entire air. All the Z fighters are there. Vegeta dips to go fight the androids. Trunks, future Trunks, saves baby Trunks and Bulma. And he goes to Vegeta and says, "Aren't you going to save your mother, your child?" He said, "Why don't save her for?" Literally. He says, "I don't care." He literally says, "I do not care." Second of all, him eventually settling down for a family was not because it was a large part of it was because he loved Bulma. Another part of it, he's influenced by Goku. He literally said, I thought your strength came from your family, and I thought I would get the same thing." That is why in the Buu saga, when Goku comes back, he turns to Majin Vegeta and literally puts the entire world in danger. If someone with the Majin symbol fights, they literally feed Boost rebirth. He literally blasted people at the tournament. Also, he almost hit Bulma, by the way. I don't know if y'all know that. That key blast literally was right next to Bulma. He almost killed his wife. By the way, y'all probably didn't know that, did y'all? He almost killed fucking Bulma. So then he literally is willing to lie. He said, Goku literally asks, "Yo, you do realize that Bulma could die and Trunks could die?" He said, "I don't care. Let's fight." What? Goku would never do that.
Goku don't even kiss his wife.
Ever. Goku has never ever.
Vegeta didn't hug his son till he nuked himself. First time he hugged his son was when he nuked himself.
I feel like
we're not gonna pretend like the first time we saw Kid Trunks, we saw Kid Trunks and Vegeta. Vegeta literally punched him in the face.
Come on, bro.
You know what's so crazy? And this is why I'm saying.
And I gotta follow up with Todd's done too.
If we were talking the context of what the relationship built off of, it happened fucking off screen. It happened off screen, right?
Mhm.
Thank you, Ty.
Mhm.
Like, we
Mhm.
actually see Goku and Goku and Chi-Chi more together and interacting. I know Tumblr posts. I know the angsty guy, and then the bubbly girl is a good combo, so people love it, and people like we make fan art of it. Yada yada yada. I know that overrated ass moment of Vegeta sacrificing himself, even though Goku did the same thing twice all fucking ready. And matter of fact, it's diluted because he literally almost let his wife die before, like literally an hour before. His wife, he almost got his wife killed an hour before, and him save his life for her. Sure, whatever. But if they're in fucking A, put Goku and Chi-Chi in fucking S.
Yeah,
Like,
like
But
I
I
just
don't think that they deserve to be an A.
and the other part too with this, with them being an A, that's also ridiculous is the genesis of like Vegeta as a character. Like the difference between him and Goku is that Goku had lived on Earth for a long-standing amount of time, learned how to be human. Vegeta still got like that warrior Viking shit in him at this point when he meets Bulma. He is fighting, effing, and that's it, bro. Battle junkie and get that nut off. Like that is literally where he's at this point in the story. So I just feel like we cannot look at his relationship with Bulma because his character development. He grows as a character and attribute it solely to that relationship because that's just not true.
Yo, Randall, where would
Some of his character development literally has come because he be losing fights.
And I would say,
that's
I
fair.
want to clarify one thing. I don't think
What's
the
up?
relationship is bad. I don't think it's poorly written. Only aspect I do think is a little off is when Vegeta goes Majin, because that was a quick. I get like Goku's coming back had a crazy. Goku coming back had a fucked up Vegeta's head because he had given up fighting after Goku died in Cell Saga. So seeing Goku for only like 24 hours, like I gotta fight this dude right here, right now. I'll never be able to get my pride back because this low class warrior surpassed me for years, and this is the only opportunity I gotta fight him. So I'm willing to put my wife's life in danger for my pride. Sure, whatever. And then a few hours later, he's like, actually, my wife's more important than my pride. Whatever. That's the only part I feel like was really sloppy and rushed. But when we're putting it over Goku and Chi-Chi, what is the criteria? Is it who has the best fan art? Who has the best what is the criteria? That's not to you. That's not to you, Ted. That's not to you. I'm talking about like people in general put them highly based on based on what are we basing it on?
So I can tell you, at least from a woman's perspective, it is the whole bad boy.
And that's why I said the
that fighting, the Viking thing, the fighting and fucking only. Sorry for the language, but that's from a one standpoint. That's what it is.
Yes,
that's he has that edge to him that Goku doesn't have, and so that's why their relationship is hyped up more than Goku and Chi-Chi's.
I know,
from that standpoint alone.
The angst and versus bubbly. I mean,
so I'll put this here. He said Deco said Thai cooking $2 super chat. Shout out, man.
Randall, where do you put them?
I completely agree with Ty. I understand I put Goku and Chi-Chi in trash, but Vegeta's is worse. His lows are so bad.
Oh, so you would also put it in trash?
It should be like if there's a tier below trash, I'd put Vegeta and Bulma.
So
I understand
are we talking in what's the better relationship?
Y'all love my Bulma. Y'all love my Bulma. But we're not gonna sit here and pretend like he has at least attempted to kill Trunks once. He's attempted to kill Bulma twice. Like, y'all cannot overrate. Y'all cannot just skip over how bad those lows are. You just can't.
I agree to everything you're saying. So this is why I rate it highly. It's in terms of the romance itself. That's why I try to specify the two differences. In terms of their relationship, toxic as hell, terrible relationship until they get better in Super. So that is great. But when I'm watching Shonen and when I'm looking at a relationship, what I look forward to, what I find most interesting, is mostly the build up to the relationship, especially when it's such an unconventional situation, because that's what Vegeta and Bulma was. Like you said, one night stand. This guy was fully prideful. He was evil at the beginning of the series, and the fact that Bulma was able to convert this character to the person he becomes at the end, and it culminates with some of the most emotional, most interesting, most captivating, most iconic moments in all of anime history. That's why I favor it so high, because it shows the build of their relationship.
We literally have those.
Bulma
and we literally talk. We watched Riddell Glaze my Bulma. Like you're acting like we haven't freaking brought up Super. We have, but you cannot just go over what Vegeta does in Z and say, well, y'all haven't brought up anything in Super. He almost killed Chi-Chi. I mean, he almost killed Bulma on multiple occasions. Just because one time because he just wanted to fight Goku because he wasn't there for a day.
So
like,
for clarification, Random, you have it below trash. You have it below trash.
Vegeta and Bulma's relationship, its lows are so bad. I put it below Goku and Chi-Chi.
I don't. Ty, do Saiyans love their wives?
So do Saiyans love their wives?
Yes.
Like, talking about like the Saiyans.
The history of Saiyans.
We don't have enough. I don't think we have enough context. I think that we
have Bardock and his wife.
Yeah, but they were like an exceptional situation.
And technically we have Tarbell and his wife, Vegeta's brother, because they're also canon.
I would say
also exceptional situation.
I would say this. Their relationships are not conventional to what we would look at.
Okay.
So like I don't know if love is the right word. Like, for example, we know that they don't value relationships the same, like depending on the Saiyan they are. Like, we know that like low class Saiyans like cling together. Like, for example, Radix thought that Nappa and Vegeta were really his friends. Like, that was maybe like he's like, yo, they're gonna wish me back. And then they're on the intercom, or they're on the scouter talking to each other. Yeah, we want to get those dry balls. And then Nappa was like, well, wish Radix back. He's like, nigga, why we wish that weakling back?
Wait,
like,
that was
Radix
such a great point. That was a great point by Santo, because based on what we think we know about what Saiyans were, pure-blooded Saiyans were, and the fact that Vegeta was able to cheat.
That's where I was going. Okay. So you have the Prince of Saiyans, who's very pride driven. He comes from a broken past. Everything. He doesn't experience love. None of that.
Okay.
He gets with this person after a one-night stand. That's the basis of their relationship. It's nothing. He's a baby. She's a baby mama at that point. And the fact that he goes from that to, I love my wife, I'm willing to sacrifice everything, my pride, she becomes his pride. Like, I think that's impactful for me.
She made a hole into a housemaker.
So because it took him enough until Super to become that, we got to give him more credit because of his character development. But Goku been doing that, having those qualities of being a family person. And again, I'm not saying that I don't think their relationship shouldn't be on the same tier, because I agree with everything you're saying. I just wouldn't put one over the other.
I think, to me, we have to think about what his pride is. His pride comes from the idea of being the most powerful Saiyan. Goku, like, his pride does have to do with Bulma, but it's mostly pertaining to a relationship with Goku. The first time Vegeta's pride crumbles is when Goku makes him bleed in the Saiyan saga. His pride is, I am the most powerful Saiyan. Goku challenges that idea, which crumbles his pride. Then his pride was, I'll be the first Super Saiyan. Goku's crumbles that by becoming the first Super Saiyan. Then he thinks he becomes an Ascended Saiyan, and then not only Goku, but also Goku's son surpasses him. Like, his pride is based on his hierarchy of the and with amongst the last couple Saiyans left. And so what humbles him and brings him down mostly is Goku. Like, what helps him recontextualize and revisit his pride is Goku. Like, the fact that he took on a mentor is very with Goku. Like, Goku has never had any type of pride. We came up taking on mentors. The more Goku like he becomes, the lower his pride is. Like, as far as like him being selfish and all those things. That's why he talked about, he thought his strength came from his family. And when he thought that his change would also come if he had a family, but it didn't. Because Goku's is bigger than that too. So like, I feel like most of his adjustments, Bulma does have a piece. Bulma and Trunks do have a piece of that. I do think that. But I think most of his pride was shifted because of his relationship with Goku.
Which it's fine to say. We'll move on for now, because I think there's more meat on the bones for that one. But we have so many.
Can we still move them down?
So
yes, I agree with that. We can move them both down. I want to say this last part. I'm looking at the chat, and I just feel like the chat and some of the things we're talking about, we are giving Vegeta more grace because of how drastic of a character change he had when we're having this conversation. And I think this not fair, because, and I think Moonbeam just hit it on the nose. Going from the bad boy Viking to this family wholesome man, I think to a lot of people that seems like a big deal, but I get it. He's had a lot of development, but Goku, a lot of these qualities that you're saying of that Vegeta possesses now, Goku has shown signs of possessing those those feelings and those traits a little bit earlier. So I
And
think you could put them both in
I
the
mean,
same
I
tier.
I
But
still
don't-
think
I
it's
think they're
more
both
than
C
that.
tier, if we're gonna be honest.
I think
I
think
still
Goku
say A tier.
develops
Let's all
those.
vote. Let's all vote.
Oh, I just think that Goku has those traits because he was on Earth.
Right.
Like
Right.
Not
that's
necessarily, because there's some messed up
But that's
people on
but
Earth.
also too, we could also say one of the reasons why Vegeta has those traits is because he met Goku.
Yeah,
Of
it's
course,
A lot of his
it's
influences
in
from
part
more
due to-
what he seen from Goku. You could argue that time. You know,
It's in part due to
Listen, let's
meeting
be honest.
Goku,
His
but
real
a
love
lot of
interest
it's
is
also due
Goku
to
and not his
Bulma.
wife.
No, I disagree because
I
Goku,
disagree with that.
Vegeta will sacrifice
When
his
it
life
comes
for
to
family.
character development,
Oh, because Goku's is on screen more and with Vegeta. So, but let's vote. Let's all vote. Lonnie, what do you give Vegeta and Bulma?
B or C?
Pick one.
B.
Random.
It should at least be on the same tier as Goku and Chi-Chi. C.
C. So B, C, J Rob.
I'll say C. Both of them could go in C.
So 2 C's, 1 B, Santo.
Oh, you see where I have it.
A, Miles.
A.
A. I say A. Moon Peaches.
C.
C. So we got 3 C's, 3 A's, 1 B. Tie. Lock
Yeah,
it.
Tie.
You say
You-
B, you say B, it goes in B. If you say C, it goes in C. If you say A,
Facts.
it goes in A. You're basically deciding where it goes right now.
I want it in B because I think Goku Chi should also be in B, but having over Goku Chi just seems insane to me. Like I don't get it.
Oh,
But
C?
I would have been C. I think they both deserve to be in B for me.
Politicking, man. All right, let's
C.
You know what? I'll do this
All right, next one.
just to be
That's rude
petty.
as hell, bro.
Just to
That's
be petty.
rude as hell.
That's just petty.
That's
I'm
just
being
rude.
petty.
Miles, it's on you. And let's we'll start trying to move the obvious ones we'll move past quicker.
I think facts.
Ichigo and Orihime. C.
I agree with that.
A lot
cool with that.
of what Random says, I really don't buy it. I feel like they kind of use that damsel in distress kind of situation to kind of push the
Mhm.
relationship along. And I feel like she just has a lot. She has better chemistry to me with other characters in the story. Like it was kind of a weird toxic relationship kind of thing, but her and Okiura I feel had a lot of good chemistry.
Facts. I agree with that
Even
too.
though and from her end it was kind of like a Stockholm syndrome type of deal. And it was Okiura kind of figuring himself
Yes.
out. I think they had a lot of good chemistry. I think Oryu, even though it was one-sided, they had good chemistry. I just feel like Ichigo and Orihime never really got locked in like that to me. And even on a regular like platonic friendship level, they didn't really do much to me. He was just always saving her ass. Now
I agree.
Ichigo and Rukia though, they got it. But
Yes,
we
bro.
can only
Yes,
we can-
bro.
we can only
Yes.
Yes.
No,
That was forced. That was forced.
The only reason why I say why they have it is because I feel like a lot of their interactions, at least on a platonic level, they had a lot more of those
Facts.
than I would say
Yes.
Facts.
Ichigo and
They
Orihime
had a
had.
better overall chemistry.
She's
I
the one
think
that
they were
restored
more
his
like
powers.
brother
She
and
gave-
sister between Rukia
No.
and Ichigo.
No.
I can
No.
do either way.
No.
I'm
There was
not mad at that.
tension.
I'm
There
not
was
mad at that.
tension.
That was
I'm not mad at that.
When,
Renata.
when he saves her from that,
but
when he saves her from the execution,
I do
she had
think there was
butterflies.
some
You can't tell me
points
she
where
didn't.
potentially saw them together.
When I
Coming
watched
over the-
the first time and found
Rukia
out that he
Ichigo?
doesn't end up with her,
Yeah.
I was very upset. I stopped watching it for a little bit.
I mean,
my point.
Go
My
ahead.
fault, Riddell. My
No,
point
go.
being, J Rob, because I do agree with you. I just feel
Yeah.
like they had a lot more interactions to where I could see it
Mhm.
going a bunch of different directions.
Yeah.
Where with Orihime, I just didn't get that to me.
No, facts. I agree. You know who Orihime sometimes was like to me? They Princess Peach to her a lot, bro.
Yeah.
She was Princess
Yeah.
Peach, bro. Like for real. Like she was Princess Peach. And I'm like, I get it, but like I agree. I think the damsel in distress trope really didn't do her justice.
They tried hard with the with the Grimjow fight where like at first like she like was scared. She was scared of like the whole hollow mask and stuff like that because of the trauma with her brother. And then like she realized like, oh, he like it's Ichigo, he's always gonna be there to protect me, like, oh, don't die, Ichigo type shit. But that's still that movie that much is like, yo, this nigga's really like this nigga went into a whole nother dimension for you, basically. A whole nother world. Fighting, and you're just, the main thing you say is don't die. Like, I would have been like, I would have looked at her sideways, like, fuck out of here. But no, like, I agree. It's like it's C tier.
But with Rukia, like when I said like the chemistry, where the moment I thought like okay, like they might, because low-key I feel like the fight with Renji was like it was more over Rukia than like the whole situation, and the fact that like Renji kind of said like, "Yo, I can't do this by myself. Like I'm not good enough to save her. I'm passing you the torch." Like to me, I almost took that like, "Yo, he's passing on Rukia to Ichigo in that moment."
No, I did not get
But
that.
it didn't work
I
out
did
like
not
that.
get
It didn't work
that
out
at
like
all.
that.
I
So
did
it's
not
like,
get
okay.
that at all, bro.
Especially when he saved her from the execution, and he was like, he was right up to her, like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" I was like, "Yo, there's no way she don't got butterflies right now." Like he's holding back like a phoenix.
But
Well,
then
Ichigo is a
but
badass, but I mean,
but
he
then-
saves everybody in dramatic fashion. So it's
didn't
like,
he like literally throw her to her nigga like the next page? So he threw it to Renji.
yeah, Renji,
Yeah.
her. That's it. That's Reggie's girl, bro.
Also, I
Hey,
ain't gonna lie, Orihime, she did drop a bar when she visited Ichigo right before she left the wake up. When she said, "If I have five different lives, all five when I fall in love with you," that was tough. That was a bar.
that's a fact.
That was
That
cute.
was
It was
a
cute.
bar.
It was really
That
cute.
was a bar.
I still give it. It's still just.
Yeah,
And
I
the
mean,
fact that she left with Aizen to protect Ichigo too, I think she deserves credit.
Namu.
Credit
I
for
think
that.
that she
Give me
loved
Kisuke and
him.
Yoriichi before
Namu.
Orihime and Ichigo.
All right, let me go. Let me try to pick a not a controversial one because I know for a fact one that will be a debate. So let me I'll go Escanor and Merlin. Now I don't think it's trash, but it's like
It's
My
it's
boy
the
was NTR
typical.
the whole
He's
goddamn-
pining
the
after
whole
her.
goddamn
She's
story.
no.
She never loved him. She loved fucking Meliodas the whole time.
Oh, I agree. She never loved him. She loved Meliodas.
It's-
They had one moment at the end of the story, so it's like they're 100% not trash. There was really it's kind of Escanor saying that he liked her, but it wasn't really like that big a deal. But I don't want to put it trash, but it's not C. It's not at the same level as these three.
you might have to put it trash because they only have
I
one
have
I
to
moment,
would
put it
put
bro.
it in
trash. I have
trash
to put it
because
trash.
I mean I wouldn't
have
even call that a romance. Like
She kissed him once while he was dying. That's okay, like a petty kiss.
That's the
When
petty.
you think
kiss.
about it.
it
It was.
literally was
Guys,
out
That's
of
the, that's the
Yeah.
friend
Yeah,
zone
like,
kiss.
that's all
This
it
dude
was.
is
Let's
dying.
keep
Let
it
me
an absolute stack. Let's keep it absolute stack. Your boy Escanor was NTR the whole story, and the perfect definition of an anime friend zone. And she's like, "Well, I'll just keep the scar on my face to remember you. But if you don't fucking shut the fuck up and just let me die," because she definitely knew how she felt. She definitely knew how he felt. She used that feeling constantly in the story.
Oh my God.
Come on, man.
No.
She hold
strung
my
him
boy.
along.
She hold Escanor the whole
She
story.
She didn't hold him, but
It was
She
some
strung him
soft
along.
hoeing. It was some soft core
it
hoeing.
was
Soft.
soft.
Yeah,
It was-
she definitely knew what she was doing.
Facts.
Yeah,
She
it wasn't.
knew
It wasn't
what
like
she
what was going
a.
on. Yeah. All
And
right.
the
Like,
whole
she knew
time,
she had
looked at
Escanor in the
Meliodas
back
like,
of
that's
her
the man I
pocket.
want.
Facts.
The whole time.
That's a good point. Yeah, she did know that Escanor will do anything for her. That's a good.
Like,
Point.
I got one of the strongest mugs in the verse in my back pocket right now.
All right, Moon Peaches.
Let me go talk to the dude with the weird case though, because he's the one I really want.
So I'm gonna put Aaron and Mikasa in trash.
Oof.
All right, we're here. All right,
Oof.
we're here. We're
Here we
here.
go.
All right, let's
First of all,
Get
if
the
you want to
TikTok
talk
ready.
Attack on Titan, we can.
Let's
But-
talk about it.
On top, the entire thing, it's never a romance. Nothing about it is a romance. It's literally because of the whole relation between their bloods and their bloodlines. Literally, she only has this like intense loyalty to him because of this activation. It's not love. There is no romance. She's literally from the moment that they met, like by blood, like destined to do whatever he says. He never once like he cares for her in a friendship way, but there's no romance there at all. It honestly shouldn't even be on this list. It's not a romance.
I will say this. I wonder if we should have made it Shonen relationships and then just use the couples. But also because I think that would make it higher. But also, he does love her though. Like he wanted to be with her, but he couldn't. Like,
he 100% loves her, and
he-
also
He says that at the last minute, of course.
well
but-
because he
Yeah.
couldn't. Okay, this is similar to my logic with Vegeta and Bulma. I like the build up and like what is going on between the two. The thing about Eren and Mikasa, again,
Nothing
It's not
can
a
be
good relationship.
consensual.
It's not a good relationship. Like,
No.
objectively, any real person would say this is toxic. This is terrible. Agreed.
Nothing can
I
be
agree.
consensual because of that blood bond. He could
No,
literally
No,
say,
No,
Aaron was only saying that to manipulate her.
Yeah, he wasn't. That wasn't
He
like
wa-
a.
that wasn't-
That was a.
That wasn't real.
She has agency. Like
Yes.
well, she has agency, but still, it's just to a certain degree.
No. Everything
gonna help him no matter
Mikasa
what,
does, she
because
loves
of
him.
that.
Did she
she
cut his
cut his
head
head
off?
off.
At the same time, isn't that what he wanted?
Because that's what had to happen. Like that's
Isn't
why
that
it's
what
such a
he wanted,
tragic
though?
moment.
But he
This is one of
wanted
the most
that.
If
tragic
he didn't, if he
Wait, Lonnie,
Her
Lonnie,
entire
no, genuine
thing was
question,
to
Ty
protect and
Riddell,
follow
genuine
him.
question. In that when they're in that dream world, whatever, talking, if he said, "Don't kill me," what would she have done? If he said, "Don't kill me,"
but that's
would she still cut his head off?
Wait,
No.
you talking about if she said don't?
But
if
why
she
is that
said no.
relevant? Why is that relevant?
What do you mean why that's not relevant?
Be honest, I think. Wait, are you talking? Wait, you said would she have like killed him if
When
he didn't want to?
they're in that dream, when he's talking, when he like put her in that world and like they're in that cabin or whatever talking.
Mhm.
If he said,
Hold on.
if he said, "Don't kill me," what happens?
I think she still kills him. Wait, what?
I think she doesn't kill him at all.
I think she. Wait, I don't think we have any evidence.
Well, it
of that.
depends on the okay. So it depends on the
real quick,
context
because
Lonnie, I don't know exactly what Lonnie means in that situation. If Aaron, like for example, when Aaron and Mikasa saw each other at that village thing outside there, if Aaron confessed, they would have been good. They would have fell in love. They would have dipped immediately.
I agree.
So at any point, Aaron knew for a fact that him and Mikasa could be happily together and in love. But if they do end up together, the world is finished. So that's why that relationship could never happen. Plus, even if they ended up together, it was going to be tragic anyway because Aaron was going to die in a couple of years. So that was doomed to fail from the start.
But
not only that, I feel like just because
that
Aaron
didn't stop the other ones.
Just because Aaron wants something to happen doesn't mean that she doesn't have the active choice to make the decision. Like you can want me to do something, and I can still also have the agency to decide to do it. So even though Aaron
We've never really seen her go back on anything that he's wanted to do.
Wait,
so like I'm saying if he said, "Hey, I don't want you to kill me," I don't think
Aaron wanted
like 99% sure she does not slice
She
his head
literally
off.
turns on him
But
and
the
kills
problem
him.
the problem with that is that she didn't want to kill him, but she felt like she needed to. That has nothing to do with, well, I'm doing this because Aaron wants me to. She's doing it because she feels it's her responsibility now. She doesn't want to kill Aaron. She's doing it because she has a bigger responsibility.
Yeah, but if he wants something, we've seen her multiple times just do it. Or if he's in a situation,
but she's already doing something she doesn't want to do. To kill, she's doing it not because Aaron is in her head like kill me. She's doing it because they have to stop him. Like,
and the whole theme of her doing it was to prove to Emir she would do it. That's the whole point of it. Is Mikasa had the free will to do it. It was up to Mikasa at the end of the day.
Also, he never interjected trying to get in her way. If he ever got in her way, of course that's not his character because of freedom. But if he ever said like, "Hey, I don't want to die. I don't want you to kill me," I feel like
I think that
her
he
free
didn't try to do that later on.
Her free will would
because he
be,
knew
"I'm not
us.
going to kill him."
but that's it. That's just like that's what you.
But
That's
I
just
also
what you
just
think,
want
so.
I want to say one thing because Shar mentioned, she said her bloodline isn't the one immune to the founder. When they created that blood bond, he didn't have the founder in him, nor is he from the founder line. So, wait. Yes. No, he's not because it was the other dude's.
He's not from the founder line.
So when they created that bond, that didn't matter that her bloodline is immune because Aaron's not the founding Titan then, nor does he have founding blood in him.
And wasn't it
literally
implied?
Negates your entire thing.
Wasn't it implied that like when he saved her or when he was getting choked out as a kid, like her that bond activated, it was force activated?
Yes, that's the whole thing. That's
the whole
when
lightning
that
in her body
activated
type
between
thing.
them.
That whole thing, the Ackerman blood to make them stronger, sure. The whole thing about her getting attached, Aaron was just telling her that so she would hate him. That was the whole purpose.
He wanted her to turn. He wanted her to turn his back on him so he could be allowed to do what he wanted to do without
facts. Yes,
without them chasing after him.
Yes, that's why he said the worst things possible to Mikasa and Armin in that situation, which is why when Armin and Aaron had that conversation at the end, he explains exactly why he did everything he did.
That doesn't make their relationship good, written well at all.
Why is
As
it
a
not?
friendship, yes. As a romantic relationship, no. Also, I never said that he wasn't of the founder line. I said that at the time that the bond created that he wasn't of the founder line. So don't get my words twisted.
I have a question. Could it be a good romance if like they want to be together, but these things are keeping them apart? They never. Can a romance story be? Can a romance story
Like unrequited
don't-
love type
Like
thing?
Romeo
Yes,
and Juliet.
that can be a good thing, but
like
there's
no
never
culmination?
really
like
it's never really put into place until like at the very end, and it kind of seems like a little thrown like in there type of thing, because you see the entire thing of Mikasa basically pining after him.
But we see Aaron feel things towards Mikasa. Even like for example, when he protected her against the Smiling Titan, I feel like we see those type of things. Like when he beginning of the story when they're kidnapping those guys and he like gives her a scar, like, I feel like we see their connection. Like Aaron, obviously, these
Connection and relationship are two different things.
I
was just about to say,
they also grew up together. They lived in the same house.
But honestly, but here's my thing though. I don't think romance stories have to start when they both like each other. It could be them being friends, them being connected. That could be part of it becoming that. Like if
it didn't become that.
It didn't.
No. I'm saying it became them loving each other. Is the point. Like I don't think like let's say we watch a story of two characters that are just friends and they eventually fall in love. Like to me, the romance story would not start at when they start like each other. It would start at the foundation of their friendship and it building to that. Now, I think their story can still be good. You know, they weren't allowed to be together because the story would not allow them to. But I just feel like that still can be written well. Though. I guess I'm a little confused.
It can be written well, but this wasn't.
So my issue, and I'm not calling anybody out, but I feel like Attack on Titan, which is why it's one of my favorite stories of all time. A lot of the things they do, especially in Eren and Mikasa's relationship, is very subtle. Like there's things there. If you notice, like every time when Mikasa and Eren, when they're reacting with one another, obviously what is blatant is Mikasa loves Eren. But throughout the story, like Ty mentioned, there are moments where Eren's reciprocation of his feelings gets shown time and time and time and time again. Now, it can't fully culminate for reasons we know now, but it was always there. It was shown consistently throughout the story.
No, it wasn't. On top of that, they were raised together as siblings. So you want to get into that part of it,
bro? Come on.
But we know the context of it.
Let's not do that.
But we know the hold on a second. But we know context, like the context. They don't view each other as siblings. Like, come on. We know that Mikasa doesn't view this is my brother, but I still romantically like him. Like, come on.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's not.
Like, come on.
But there's no romance between them. There is romance on her side, and I get what you're saying, Ty. There can be stories where you start off from the beginning and then you build it up and whatever, but this just isn't one of them. Literally, when he confesses his love, it's out of left field because his entire focus has been like on literally anything but her. She was kind of like a background thought to him throughout the entire series.
So when Mikasa was like not I wouldn't say this.
I'm not saying that he doesn't care for her. He clearly cares for her, but I don't see that in a romantic sense.
But I have a question. What about that moment when? Okay, so I brought the Smiling Titan because I think that's when we first really see in season 2 how much Eren like it's more than just that.
Bring that up, yep.
Like when she's because they think they're about to die. All the times are closed again. They ain't got their damn ODM gear. Shit's supposed to be wraps. He can't transform, whatever. And she's confessing her love for him. And again, his response, and she's leaning in to kiss him. And it's funny because maybe Isayama, I think there's something where Isayama said that he wanted to draw, but he was nervous about drawing because he felt embarrassed, something like that. That's funny. Okay, that's pretty funny. But maybe they actually kiss, maybe people buy it more. But the intention was that was meant to be a romantic scene of Eren understanding his feelings in that moment. He was talking about like, no matter, like, I'm going to always be there to protect you. Like, she was confessing everything.
And he was about to give up in that situation too, until she said something to him.
And
Escanor is so much worse.
her confession.
What are we doing?
Wait,
The thing
pause.
about
You
it is,
cannot
her-
do Escanor compared to this.
I would say this: her confession of love was what drove him. Like, it wasn't just like, oh, my friend. Like, her confessing her feelings gave him new life, and he's like, I'm gonna protect you. Like, I'm not gonna just die. Like, 'cause I have love for you too. Like, I don't know.
All right, let's vote, man. Let's vote, man. I knew this was gonna happen when we got the air to be cut, so I knew this. So,
You
Lonnie,
still haven't heard her whole AOTs based off the power of friendship take.
That's a whole nother episode right there.
we'll hear that later. Well, but I mean, we could really
At the
both.
same time,
We don't.
no,
We'll
when she
get
when
into
she
it
when
one
she
day.
when she told me about it, I was like, technically you're not wrong. Like, I'm kind of mad that you're not wrong, but no, I would put it C to trash. I would put it C.
Do we not care about the writing of the relationship? Like, okay, or,
The writing
It's not a
Riddell
romance.
Riddell is
It's not
hurt right
romance.
now.
Right.
He is hurt.
all right. Random,
You know, like, you can be intimate friends, but it's not a
Bro, I have a
romance.
question for you. I have a question for you.
bro. I don't know what.
I just want to ask. Well, I'll ask it after this. I'll ask it after this.
Yeah. And, Random, what do you do?
I want to put it in A, but I'm gonna cop out and say B.
That's
Don't
okay.
cop, Randall. Don't be scared.
Fine,
Yeah.
it's an A. It's an A.
Okay, thank you. A.
Don't be scared.
A. C. J-Rob.
A.
A. Santo.
Right here is fine.
2 C's and 2 A's. Miles.
I don't want to create a tie or an impasse rather, so I'll just say A. I think it should be B though.
3 A's, 2 C's. My bias would put it at S, but I'll put it at
S.
He'll put it up here.
I like I
We'll put
said,
it at
I
the
don't,
top,
I don't
right?
care. I don't. I'm gonna be honest. I'm really only grading it based on the writing of the relationship. I don't really care about the romance part.
I don't
like,
care about the romance either. I don't
Yeah,
care at
so
all.
that's
It
all
really
I'm
says
doing.
shonen romance.
That is
We're
what
not
I'm
crying
talking
about.
about.
I get that, but I care
What
about the
do you
relationship more. I don't care
Yeah,
about that.
I care.
To
I
me,
care-
making hard decisions and doing tough things is indicative of a good
Yeah,
relationship.
it's such
too, not just
unconventional
romance.
situations. Like, how are we supposed to
That's a good point.
truly diagnose it as like a normal relationship? But I'm gonna say A.
Unconventional. Look at the list. We have ghouls. We have wizards. We have demons.
My
we
rating
have
has been.
alien
I've been
aliens.
rating
All
everybody.
of these
the
are
same.
unconventional.
I
What are we
agree.
doing?
That's
What
I
are we
agree.
doing?
I agree. That's why I said I haven't been doing it based on how well, like how good of a relationship they're in. That's not what I've been doing.
I think you're saying even if they're like they fight all the time, is their story written well?
Yes, that's what I've been
Yeah,
doing.
and I
The
agree.
AOT is written well. AOT is written well.
should be higher. That's what. Okay.
This isn't is AOT written well.
Being good has nothing to do with the fact that the relationship is written poorly as a romantic state.
No, yes or no? Is their
Wow.
romantic relationship
Not-
written well? Not their relationship. Is their romantic relationship written well? Yes or no? Their romantic relationship.
It's a tragic love story. Yes. What
Oh
do
my
you mean?
God. Y'all literally.
I want to ask my question. What makes something a romance story?
What?
What?
What
That's a good question, Ty.
What makes it a romance story?
That's a good question.
What makes
What about that screams romance to you?
I'm
Please
asking,
answer
I'm
that.
asking y'all.
Because
No,
that's
no, no,
what
no,
I'm
no,
wondering.
no,
Because
no,
I
no,
do
no,
nothing
no,
but
no, no,
read
no,
romances.
No. I'm asking what makes a romance story.
I would say a two people developing a relationship, regardless of how it starts, it does have to have some level of romance and intimacy shown or at least implied.
Both
Okay.
sides.
And
Which is
Both
not.
sides.
Which is
Okay.
not.
okay. And I would say showing actions that involve a relationship, as in, like Miles said, choices, decisions, sacrifice, compromise, all of those things. But I will say that I personally think that it needs to be shown from both sides.
Okay, so
That's
I have
me.
a question. Would a confession be like, okay? So you said it has to have those romance. What is the romance that you need that you need to see for you? Like, this is a romance story. Like the specific romantic actions. Like
I just
dates,
think aside from that confession, there's really not much to go off of.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's just me.
You see it.
Oh man, y'all.
I disagree.
I'll say this: their relationship is S tier. Their romantic relationship is not S tier or A tier. It's not. Those are two different things.
I disagree.
But we know. Hold on a second. Here's my thing, right? When we get that moment with the smiling tide, it's not just, hey, this singular moment. Revelations about characters recontextualize their actions. So if we figure out when Mikasa is confessing to Eren and we see Eren reciprocate in that moment, it is not this singular moment is the romance. It is now we are to look at their previous interaction before this and it's recontextualized. It's not, I don't think it's just this one confession. Like, for example, if we never heard Mikasa say she loves Eren and then she has this confession, we would look at this confession and we would think about, okay, what are the actions or interactions that
I didn't need her confession to know that she was in love with him.
I know. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that we know Eren feels reciprocated when they're meeting that smiling titan in season 2. Do we think that can we look at all the interaction before that and think that this feeling Eren is feeling makes sense?
Repeat your question. I'm sorry.
So when Eren, so in season 2, when the Mikasa is confessing because they're about to die, the smiling titan is coming at them, right? And we know it's implied. I don't think it's like Eren doesn't outright say it, but based on his dialogue, his reaction, and they're leading to kiss, it is implied that Eren also feels this way. Because of that, do you guys look at any of their previous interactions in the same way with this added context that these feelings, that Eren has a deeper feeling for Mikasa?
Wait, is this true?
In the writer.
Even if it is early on.
Yeah, like when they're children, like
so if it transitions from mother to child to
okay,
then y'all got it. Then y'all got it. You know what? Y'all got it.
That's giving me like the Avatar storyline. I'm good.
Wait, I'll be mother and child. He's about to have them kiss. Like I don't think that. Find me that quote.
One, I don't know about
that's even true.
That's
Oda
said this. Like,
no,
we gotta see it.
Context of the quote. Is he saying the way that she berates that motherly, or I don't know.
I don't think we need to go down that path.
All right,
that'll be a Discord conversation.
Yeah,
y'all doing whatever y'all can to discredit this relationship.
You can put that in A.
So 3 A's. I would say A. That's 4 A's. What is Moon Peaches? What are you saying?
C. First of all, no, it was 3-2, even with your saying that. So don't even try that. So now it's 3-3.
I said A.
No, because I've been keeping count.
Miles said Random said A, and J-Rob said A.
Yeah, that's 3 A's.
Oh, wait, never mind.
I said A, Miles said A, J-Rob said A, Random said A.
You got it.
Do you guys need another count?
Did I say A too?
We got
You got it. You got it.
Right there. I literally just admitted that I was wrong with the counting, so you didn't need to do all of that right there. I literally said, "Oh, you didn't vote last time I counted."
He did it. He did it afterwards. So
okay. Because I was about to say, because that better not be at me, because I already admitted that I was wrong.
Yeah, Lonnie, listen to your wife. Come on,
I ain't admitted shit. Fuck you.
Mobile game.
All right, let's.
I got something for you, Santo. I don't know what it is yet, but I got something.
Ty, it's your turn. What's the shit?
I ain't gonna lie to you. Wait, Santo, you made this list, Santo?
I agree with you, Chad.
Discord suggested.
Yeah, we got the relationship from Discord.
Discord. I need to put my bet on y'all. Where's Aaron and Edward and Winry?
That's what I said.
Shout out Discord, bro.
Ed and Winry should be here.
They put 3 from Fairy Tail, not Ed and Winry.
Matter of fact,
honestly, so as a fairy tale person, I'm gonna just say all of them are like B tier, because up until the 100-year quest, you don't really get any confirmation of any of those 3. So
also we don't have one of the biggest romance shonens, which is Inuyasha. Inuyasha is a shonen story. It has a bunch of romances in there. Why don't we have Inuyasha? So I don't know. But
if Inuyasha and Kagome is here, would go S tier though. So
yeah.
Ed and Winry put them at the front. I'm gonna put them in front of A or S. And I
put them in S.
You know what? I'll throw them in S. I want them in S. Ed and Winry.
I don't care what the tier said. I would put Mikasa and Aaron S and Aaron and
Oh yeah,
Edward
it should be
I'll put both of them in S.
Memories with an I.
So where are we going?
WINRE.
S.
To be fair, it's relationships that actually end up like good, like everything happily ever after. That is like,
yeah, Ed and Winry. Not only that, like literally, she's integral to the story. She's his mechanic. She's not just a mechanic. She's the best mechanic in the story, right? She gives him the best automail. He helped her overcome the loss of her parents. That's a massive story with Scar. Beautiful storyline. I feel like they both emotionally support each other throughout the series. I think it's done so well. So I had the S. And also his proposal was so cute.
Let's do it. Let's do it Snake way. So you just go again.
Oh, again?
Yeah.
Deku no Chaco.
Oh.
I feel like they're an A couple, bro. I'm so sorry. They're A to me.
A's a lot. I'm not gonna lie. A's a lot.
They are not going under B. Because here's my thing, right? Random, fix your face, random. You like I don't.
Sorry, I'm dealing with something else. Sorry.
No, I was just joking, but
I got you. But I'm just reacting to something else.
I feel like Deku no Chaku don't get enough respect, in my opinion. Like, first of all, we know that it's very clear they both like each other. That's very clear. That's not a relationship it's one-sided. They both like each other a whole lot. She made him feel good about all his insecurities. Like the name that he got from Bakugo being Deku literally was one of Deku's biggest insecurities, and she made it one of his biggest strengths. So we know that they emotionally support each other consistently. Also, something I really like about relationship that I thought was interesting turns that when she sees Deku progressing, she then says that I need to also focus. I need to not make sure that my feelings for Deku overcome my passion dreams too. So she says that I have to make sure that I prioritize myself as well. So like it's not a situation where they're losing something to like being together. Like they both emotionally support each other. Also, that speech of her getting it back to Yue, I thought it was fantastic. So I feel like they both emotionally support each other. The romance is very clear. There's examples of how they better each other. And I think their relationships bring us one of the most interesting themes and thematic question in the story about who protects heroes. Like when Deku was putting his life on the line after the whole thing with Sugar Rock, after he's off being vigilant Deku and he's putting himself through the ringer, the question of who protects heroes comes up because of her feelings for Deku. And who protects heroes are other heroes. I feel like thematically was fire, romance consistent, they help each other emotionally, and they're just cute when they interact, and they spend the most time with each other in the first like 2 or 3 seasons with Ida. So I feel like I like them. I don't know.
Yeah.
Going off of what Ty said, like, because the way the story starts is here's the story and how it became the world's greatest hero, and then the moment where we all get back to see like that moment is because of her, because of what she did, how she led him into, how she convinced everyone to let him to UA, and then like, we hear again, this is how he became the world's greatest hero. It's because of her in their relationship. And like Ty said, like the way that she turned one of his biggest insecurities into one of his biggest strengths, the way that she understands like his actual like his real personality, the way that he likes to analyze people and like he likes to know all these little things. Like she notices those things. Like she points those things out. So she's like one of the people besides Bakugo that really sees him for who he is. And she emphasizes that a lot. And so like the fact where she's like, I don't know if a relationship is a good thing because I don't want the relationship to get in either of our paths. So the fact that like they have the emotional maturity to understand that, the emotional maturity to like uplift each other, I feel like it's A-B.
And to just back off of that one more time, off of that, both of what they said, you also have to put into context that these are teenagers. Like when we first meet them, they're basically going into their freshman year, and she's able to make these like really conscious and like almost big emotional decisions, not only to support him, but he's also doing the same in return, and they're building off of each other, creating this like relationship that honestly most teenagers don't have. So it puts a lot more of what their relationship is into context when you put into the fact that they're literal children. Like,
Nah, for sure. Big Storm, shout out $2 super chat. I forgot to read it earlier. He said W show PS One Piece the GOAT clear mid Ruto. I guess you're talking about Naruto.
All right, put some respect on Naruto. Don't do that.
Yeah, Naruto.
You want to say Boruto?
Naruto's great. Yeah, I think the Deku and Ochako relationship is good. I can't say A. I don't even know if I can say B yet. I have to see how everything kind of culminates. Like when they get together, I have to see that. Like I have to see like the feelings, the confession. I have to see all that, and it's gonna come in the epilogue. So once I see that, see how everything works out, I'll have a more solid opinion. But as of right now, it is solid because Uraka has been supporting him for like the entirety of the series, and she's always been there for him and what he's been doing. And Deku's also inspired her as a character throughout the story. It's a nice little solid, like Moonpie just said, teenage relationship. I would say C for now, maybe B or C. I don't care. But yeah, I don't. Well, random. Yeah, let's hear you.
Yeah, where are you putting?
I need to apologize for two ships in particular, and this is one of them. I think I what I did this week. By the way, I'm finished with OG Naruto, at least the anime, like the anime portion of Naruto, if you get what I mean. I finished that.
Wait.
But hold on. Like where Naruto ends after I've watched the Sasuke Naruto. I read.
Oh shit! He finished Sasuke retrieval.
Yeah, I finished that.
Yo, random. What he set his mind to it. He finally caught up to Naruto.
Now I probably would have been a lot further, but I basically skimmed My Hero Academia again, basically because obviously last week was my big thing was Ochako Deku, and I need to apologize. I was wrong about Ochako and Deku. Ochako was clearly there for him. My problem is I think when I look at it, I was definitely looking at that relationship through a slice of life lens when there are so many different ways, and this is where I still feel like Horikoshi could have wrote it better, in my opinion. But you can say that about anything in terms of how it is. But it is very well done. And the other one, hopefully nobody takes it, so I can apologize for that one personally, because I'm gonna pick it. I don't want to say what it is, but it is very well done. It is very well done. I'm sorry, Ochako and Deku. I was not familiar with your game, but I'll say this: My Hero Academia fans, y'all some sick motherfuckers, man. Because I don't know how you keep trying to downplay this for the ones that you do want to see, and this is why people in the anime world laugh at y'all for the stuff that y'all try to be pulling.
It's not just that; it's the tampon girl too.
Yeah, facts. Disgusting. So I personally would be cool with B. Personally,
I am like
I'm fine
Riddell.
with B.
Yeah, I'm cool with I'm cool. I hope that they have the culmination that I think they really need to really cement it as one of the best modern like ones. Because if they have a great culmination, we could revisit this and feel about them a little bit different. But I'm worried that there's 3 chapters left.
I actually think they will.
One chapter with the relationship.
I think they will because we see
that's all you need.
You remember the scene with Bakugo and Deku like in the hospital room, and then we see the last page is like you see Deku, Bakugo, you see Todoroki, you see like some pebbles, and you see Uraka. I think he's addressing in those chapters. First it was Todoroki, then the stuff was spinning, and that's how be Uraka.
Okay.
Let's try to move through some of these for a little bit faster though.
Yeah. Let's move. Next time we'll probably do like 10 because there's a lot of debates. Is it my turn? Did you go?
No, I think it's Taylor's turn.
Okay.
I'm gonna just put the 3 fairy tales in B's for the same reason that I already stated, that you don't get any of like the I mean, maybe Urza and like I might move Urza up to like A, but it's like Gray and Juvia. Honestly, probably C. Juvia goes after him most of the entire series, and it's not literally until the 100-year quest that Gray literally admits that he's in love with her. In the 100-year quest, Jolly, like they finally start to move past like his whole thing of like I can't be loved and whatever, but like literally I'm almost done with it, and still they're not fully together yet, and Natsu's still completely oblivious to Lucy's feelings. So
I mean, Gray has that moment where Juvia, he thought Juvia was dead and he raged.
No, I'm not saying that but what I'm saying is that it takes him until literally the 8th volume of the 100-Year Quest to say, yeah, no, I love Juvia. I just don't think that I'm good enough for her yet. And he doesn't even say it to Juvia. He says it to so this is spoilers, but basically they're on another continent and there's like an entire guild that looks like them but like slightly variation of names, and so he admits to Jubilee that he's in love with Juvia, and so he doesn't even admit to Juvia that he's in love with Juvia, but she literally shows up the next chapter and he's just like, oh,
it sounds like it's making it overly complicated. I mean, for stories like Shonen, you always build to the ending storylines, and the ending storylines is the relationship. So I mean, it's just building up towards that. But I'm fine with Gray. Juvia, Gray bias would put an A because Gray's my favorite character in Fairy Tail. But
I mean, listen,
That's not a
I
shock.
literally have them right there, and then I have Natsu and Lucy right there. Like, I love these ships, but in a realistic standpoint of relationship wise and romance wise, it's not written the best, which is why I would put it like around a B tier.
I'm fine with both of them being B, but I agree that Urza and Jalal, I'll put an A.
I would put them at A. Listen, it's been established from the jump that they have feelings for each other, but they just both got to work through their trauma.
Hey,
that's a relationship that needs to pull the trigger.
Read the 100-Year Quest. It gets pulled in a very interesting way.
Okay. Lonnie, were you about to say something?
No, I was gonna respond to that comment. Jagil and Revi low-key might have the best relationship in that.
Yeah,
show.
Gaziel and Levy.
Gotcha.
Folks. I'm not going Fairy Tail,
They're
even though I give
S-tier.
it a lot of crap. Fairy Tail does relationships well.
Very well.
They do it well. All right, my turn. I'll go Yusuke and Keiko. I'll put that. Even though I don't like, I'll put it SA. I don't remember a lot of it, but I remember like a good amount of it. And
I put it in
A or S for me.
I put it at the top of A.
I'm cool with A.
Where?
A. Some people say S. I'm
I
for
put it
S
A.
too. I don't really care. It's A or S to me. But Miles, your turn.
Lonnie, were you gonna do the one?
Which one?
Kaneki?
The one.
I was also looking at Kenshin. So, I mean, if you want to do Kaneki, go ahead.
I'll do Kaneki. S.
I agree.
Not mad at it.
I
Not mad
agree
at
as
it.
well.
There's really not much to say. It's just S.
Oh yeah, I was trying to move through the list. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm gonna say there's not much to talk about. There's not much to talk about.
We'll have fewer for next one. But Santo, go your turn.
Right there.
Can it go like below that?
I disagree. Can we put it at C?
I disagree too.
I think it's better than Escanor and Merlin.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do this.
I'd at least put it at C. At least put it
So
at C.
I'll do that.
We could put it at C.
Know who he was.
I could argue B, but I'm fine with C.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not arguing for B.
I'm not.
It's just a weird type of relationship, but it is a relationship.
It's super.
I agree with you right now.
Interesting.
It's something.
Because all right, because there
Are you taking into account Boruto?
Yeah, because I
okay,
am taking
that's
into account
why.
Boruto because the vibes are
Everything.
that's my girl that I just never see. Because there are times where like, are you gonna see mom before you leave? And then he's like, nah, she'll be okay. And then I'll send her I'll have a bird fly over her so she knows I'm thinking of her. Nigga, what? See your wife. See your wife.
He's so real for that.
He's like,
I'm gonna send this so she knows I'm thinking of her.
yeah. It's not even gonna be a note. It's just gonna fly over her real quick.
I need you to know, if you disappear for months at a time and then just send a bird, I will track you down myself.
I'll just send you like a Snapchat with like a thumbs up that I'm like in your city, and then I'll just leave.
Y'all know what this sound like?
But Naruto misses a birthday and everybody loses their mind.
Hey, yo, Sats, you know what this sound like? This sounds like Diet Vegeta and Bulma without an iconic moment.
No.
Don't you think?
I will say Sasuke and Sakura do have a spinoff. Not a lot of people. I've read it.
I read it.
It has
Oh,
dinosaurs.
yeah,
It was kind of weird because it had dinosaurs, but it does exist, and that was a story purely for.
Pause. Dinosaurs.
It has dinosaurs. It's not the best written.
These are fucking ninjas.
But
do they time travel?
There's like this material from back. It's a whole thing. It's
just
so
for that. Just for that.
Low key, he treated that one dinosaur better than Sakura, and you're not gonna tell me different.
No. In that side novel, he wanted to like ask her to marry him with a wedding ring. Like that side story was all to like build Sasuke and Sakura's relationship properly.
Were they trying to give it a Naruto and Hinata movie moment?
Yeah, but it didn't work nearly as well. Not even close.
Yeah.
But
even you admit that part.
I mean, it had dinosaurs. I can't defend that.
If you unfortunately watched the Boruto show and you saw that filler, yo, that dinosaur that was his ride or die. That was his ride or die.
Yeah, that's where it happens. It's Boruto. But hey, most of us said C, Santo, so let's put it C. Yeah, let's put that C. All right. Jarob, you still here? I don't know if Jarob's here.
He said that his dog had an accident.
Oh, damn.
Some cookies. So.
Oh, damn.
Oh shit.
My dog got into
Literally.
cookies too before. I'm like, bro, you're so stupid, bro. I'm like,
all right.
But
go ahead,
Red's done that before.
The second one I need to apologize for is Austin Noel. Go ahead, put Austin Noel.
Oh, you gotta apologize for that too?
Where?
You talk shit about my babies?
Where?
I think I just it's just my thing for how obnoxious. I said A. I think for how obnoxious Noel starts at the start with the typical tsundere stuff, that really just bothers me.
I don't like
Part of her character development. It's
her
literally part of her character
is
development.
very well done.
I would say B. I'd say same level as Deku and.
I was gonna put it a little bit ahead of Deku in.
When I look at the two, I like Austin Noel better for me personally, but I would not be mad with B either. If we have more time,
back A, front of B, it doesn't really matter. They're fine.
I am curious to see how.
I think they're the exact same.
I think they're the same level. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like they're Deku and Ochako, which is like maybe a few more interactions. But I mean,
that's why I kind of have it ahead because they are very similar.
I like them more.
But the difference in this one is Deku actually kind of felt something with Uraraka, especially when he met her for the first time. Asa never loved Noel. He loved Sister Lily. So he confessed to Sister Lily.
That shit used to piss me off, man.
And Noel was like, damn.
I was like, that's like your mom, right?
Even in the final arc, when he asked her seriously this time, and she still says no. I was like,
yo, she's like raised you.
But he gave it up though. He was like, all right, I'll leave it alone.
Finally, it's
time to do the Noel stuff. Now
there we go.
I would say B. I would move it down to B. Same level as Deku and Uraraka person.
That's fine. I'm fine with that.
Okay.
All right.
So B?
Yeah, B. All right, Lonnie, knock out the last two.
All right. Kenshin and Korra, I'm gonna actually put it in the back of A. We see that like she kind of admits early on that she has feelings for him in the story, and then like we also see like the ups and downs that he had because he's trying to have his redemption arc, and she's a big part of that. And parts like when he feels like he put her in too much danger, we see like the despair and like how much it really hurt him. The way that she brings him out of his old self reminds me a lot of what's that relationship? Kind of like I think it's a better version of like when how Bulma like changed Vegeta. Not that like she changed Kenshin, but like the way that she like got him out of those big ruts in those dark places, she does. And of course, they have a kid and everything like that, and like he helps right. His love for her and like their love for him is like I think is beautifully well done. And like there are situations that like test it and that define it. So yeah, I just put it in the back of A.
I didn't know that this was a shonen anime. All I've seen of it is romance stuff. So
Jesus.
Yeah, because they after like episode 3, they almost act like a couple, even though they're not a couple.
I thought it was just a romance anime.
Nah, Kenshin be damn near killing people with that.
Yeah, like they live together after episode 1, and like their relationship just keeps on building and building. And then like when another big female lead comes in, and she puts her foot down, she's like, "Yo, you're not her. And the girl recognizes it right away. She's like, "Oh, I don't want to step on any toes." She's like, "You better not step on any toes." And this is like in front of him, so like their relationship is established very early on that they're endgame.
All right, what about Shinra and Iris?
Go ahead, put that in trash. Let's keep it a stack.
I agree.
Yeah, I
like
agree.
she like it's like the author couldn't pick one and he picked the worst one of the 3. Personally,
it should have been Princess Hibana.
It really should have been Hibana, but I would also be perfectly happy with Maki.
What the weird thing about Hibana and Shinra for me that I can never get over is like they presented Hibana as like so much older than Shinra,
and she's only 2 years older than
him. And she's only 2 years older, and it's like she's 19 and he's 17, so it's like
Hibana's
but it like the way it's presented, it just doesn't look right. Like it doesn't look like it would be a normal relationship. So I do think Fire Force at some points just relies on really bad, like a lot of tropes. You know, if you get what I mean, especially if you're just an anime only person, like Tamaki. I feel like if you take Tamaki out the story, nothing changes. She sucks. She's
just pure fan service of the worst kind. And
yeah, that creator, the artist, he needs to get checked. There's no reason why Tamaki is a character. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, also Santo, Shar said that you spelled Winry's name wrong.
Guy,
the I instead of a E. It's a damn shame. It's a damn shame because Iris is just she even gets killed off screen. Riddell, like the story doesn't treat her with any kind of way. She just kind of hangs out Shinra. She just kind of hangs out.
I'm not gonna lie, like both Fire Force and Soul Eater has no like good romantic relationships, like no good relationships in general. So I don't think
good relationships, not romantic relationships.
Yeah, no, like
I don't
not gonna get those get together type relationships. All of it's like friendships.
Are there even romantic relationships in Soul Eater?
The only one.
I mean, you could say Stein and Medusa.
Oh, that's what I was about to go.
That's the only one that I can think of. But other than that, I don't recognize any of them as romantic. I recognize them as like
and wasn't
like platonic.
You could maybe stretch Soul and Maka, but not. I wouldn't.
No, I was gonna say you could. Was like Death like the father? Wasn't he like in a weirdish relationship with a witch? I don't remember.
I don't either.
I think
Might have
so.
been, like in the past.
It's interesting because he doesn't. I don't even know if it's he or she, but the mangaka doesn't do any like romantic relationships, but so many like male female relationships in the series. But all of them are like platonic.
Yeah. I think the other one that you could stretch would be Black Stars and his weapons. Kind of.
Subana. I think that's her name. Tsubaki. Yeah.
Tsubaki. Yeah. I think that's the only other one that you could like stretch would be like maybe.
Yeah.
But even then,
All right, so let's wrap up with a gauntlet. Miles has a gauntlet for us. We're gonna wrap it up and then end the show.
And I have like a final quick take, but then after that, yeah.
I also got to clear up
based off the manga news we've been getting.
But I know what you're about to talk about. All right, let me see.
Hold on.
Okay.
Give him a second. Give him a
Go ahead. You're good.
Introduce what you got.
So yeah, I wanted to make the gauntlet based around romance, but I didn't want to take from any of the possible relationships that we didn't have. So unfortunately, the gauntlet is not related. This gauntlet is going to be Last Stand. Who was the person that picked as the headliner? Erwin's Last Charge. And then we're gonna put him against other Last Stands in anime. We're gonna see what y'all think. Let's get it. You muted, Ty, but I felt that, gang. You muted, but I felt you through the mute.
I forgot I was muted. That's
one of the greatest speeches.
I literally shed a tear when he said that speech. I'm so sorry.
Off the
He would have convinced me to do anything with that speech. I'm not.
For sure.
I would have been like, y'all got it, but I would have been cheering. I would have been cheering for them.
Oh, No,
said,
it
"What
was a
about their
moving
lives?
speech,
Were
but
their
my
lives
ass would have stayed
meaningless?"
right where
I
it
was like,
was.
"Oh no."
Yeah, nah, I
My
would've stopped,
horse
dropped,
would have
and
been going
rolled.
the opposite direction.
I would have been their cheerleader though. I've been like, yeah, go team, go.
Oh yeah,
Wait,
that
would you
is
count
fair.
that as a
Redell,
last
you-
Wait,
stand?
I have a question right there. What are we judging this based off of?
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
Miles is
No, no,
the
no, 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 no.
Oh,
Sorry,
wait, Miles,
sorry.
my bad,
Something
Miles. What are we
Tank
basing
in
it
the
off
chat.
of?
I feel like we all do our own criteria anyway, so I'm gonna just let y'all rock.
I got
Because we all think a little different, so I don't want to confine y'all. Y'all do it how
I
y'all
got
want to do it.
Bet. All right. So what's the first one?
It was it's gonna be Erwin versus All Might when he beat the brakes off All for One.
That was a good moment, but I got Erwin. I respect that moment though.
They're lucky Irwin never
Especially with
sold.
the whole "you're next" type thing, like that. The passing of the guard, all
This
that.
is so tough.
All I'm gonna say is they're lucky Irwin never went into sales. My boy would be the top salesman.
Something about
in
that
the
hand in the
universe.
sky from All Might just moved me. Though I'm not.
That-
But yeah,
I
think
was
about
gonna
it.
say I gotta go with All Might.
But
I'm going All Might too.
I thought Irwin's last stand was so tragic because he had to give up on his dream. Like, Levi said, "Listen, you gotta give up your dream for this," and then to see Irwin raise his hand because his ambition just wouldn't let him die. Like at the end when Levi was about to give the injection, and then Levi made the tough decision, like, "You deserve to rest, bro. Like, you've been dedicated to everything. Like, yo, my soul's just rage, man. Come on."
But at the same time, even though I'm picking Irwin with All Might, like he used the last, like he could feel the last flickers of ember going. He really thought he was about to die. He was skinny at that point, and then he just like the last ditch effort, like the last strength, and just put his whole. You could tell he put his whole soul. It was almost like a spirit. It was like a spirit bomb moment. Like I really felt like the whole world is just watching and giving him this energy to like just do this right here.
No, they were
No,
literally
it was.
watching him. It was being broadcast.
It was
That
being
was the-
broadcast.
It was
It was literally being broadcasted. It was the entire world watching
His
him.
energy is leaving him, and he still has.
They would have
the wherewithal to
broadcasted
hold his
Irwin's.
body
They would have
so he
broadcasted
can
Irwin's charge
inspire
if they had the
everybody.
technology.
Yeah, no, of course they would have. But I'm just saying, like everyone, the fact that everyone was just rooting for him, everyone was just screaming, like, "Yo, you can do this, All Might."
With that said though, like
I'm
I'm using a little bit of hindsight because you gotta use all the details, right? I mean, he did fight All for One again later on in the story. You know what I'm saying? So,
that is true.
I don't think you can use hindsight for a lot.
He got a whole Iron Man
moments.
squared
We're
up one
talking
last
moments.
time with him.
You know what I think's pretty interesting about that fight though? That whole situation. You saw kind of both sides what made All Might a great hero, like saving people to win and then winning to save. Like that you save Bakugo because All Might could not fight all out with him around. So that's saving people so he could win, and then him winning saved it. Like it's literally both sides of Bakugo and Deku what makes them great heroes. I thought that was fire. That's tough. But Irwin's just him, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Irwin too. Yeah, I agree. All right, what's the next one?
Up next, we got Erwin against Mr. Zabuza when he charges at those mercenaries.
Irwin, that was tough though.
I wanted to pick a Naruto one that
tougher
random
in the
has
manga,
seen.
though.
I could have picked a better Naruto one, but I wanted to pick one that random has seen.
Leave his guard when he stood up when he's unconscious.
I mean, random seen all of pre-time
I've
skip
seen all of
Naruto.
it.
Now,
Well,
he's
yeah,
locked
I didn't know that. I didn't know that at the time.
This is my thing though. I think Zabuza is better. At that point, I was Team Zabuza all the way through, man. He's one of my favorite characters in the story. His fit is still atrocious. I don't care what nobody says. Absolutely atrocious. One of the worst fits I've seen in a while.
Oh my god!
But when he's just running through all those mercenaries to get Gato, and I'm like, yeah, fuck that nigga, get his ass. I was standing up like I was watching Tom Brady lead a touchdown drive in the Super Bowl, cheering for my man. Like, I love Irwin's speech. Maybe because I just saw Zabuza's charge. Maybe that's what's really affecting me. But I'm sorry, I'm picking Zabuza.
I respect it.
Irwin.
I'm going Irwin too. But Zabuza's was good. Zabuza's was good.
Right.
All right. Up next, I don't think everybody saw it, but I picked it anyway because I actually have it over Irwin. It's gonna be David versus Adam Smasher in the Cyberpunk anime.
I'm going David. I'm going David.
Nah, that shit hurt. on a different level.
I'm gonna mute y'all because
guy.
I haven't seen it. So go for it.
I need to go.
This
When he
David.
said he needed to get to the top of the
He's
tower,
never
he needed to
seen
get
it?
to the top of
Oh
a soccer
my God.
tower.
No,
No.
because I forgot about
J-Rob,
that.
I need you to give the
It
smoke you gave
causes
me
me
last
so
week.
much
Give him the
physical
smoke.
pain.
To me, this is a wash. It's David.
Yeah, like
David. David.
It's
David
David.
got it.
David.
How dare you bring that back up in my
My
memories?
fault.
Best 10.
But it's a good one. That's why it's
Okay.
really good.
Best 10 left.
Mom, I'm going to the top of the
I'm
tower. I'm going to the top of
re-traumatized
outside.
all over again.
Yeah, Cyberpunk is hard to watch because of the ending.
Yeah, for sure.
Shit hurts.
It hurts at the end. It's hard to watch.
Someone needs to drop a super chat so Riddell has to watch it all. Because he's been slacking on it. Someone
Hey,
needs to
it's
drop it.
How much is it?
Bro. The music
$10?
crazy.
Yeah, I think it's
Time to play the song, Gabe. Time to play the song. Time to play the song.
Damn.
Alrighty. Up next, we got. I'm not gonna keep saying Irwin. Up next, we have him above Whitebeard, or going against Whitebeard
I
and his
think-
death at the hand of the Marines and the Blackbeard pirates.
I
All of
think-
that culminated together.
I think
Miles,
Whitebeard has the
hold on,
greatest
hold on,
final
hold
stand.
on.
Yes, sir.
White beard.
1 second. So
Who cares?
you do have to say Irwin because that gives the clip full context of like what.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So up next, we got Irwin versus Whitebeard's last stand against the Marines and the Blackbeard pirates.
I think I was having a
I-
conversation with Miles. I think this is the greatest final stand in anime.
White beard.
I'm
White
going
beard.
Whitebeard.
White beard. White
The
beard.
One Piece is real. Come
The
on.
One Piece is the power of friendship.
It was peak.
Don't you wish that on us? Don't you dare! Don't you
Yeah.
dare!
I mean, it is.
We're gonna need more than Brother Random to give
Yeah,
us a
I'm gonna need a whole congregation. I
We're
might
gonna
bring
need
a choir
The,
that day.
the Kanye West choir in the back.
Because
I'm
you
gonna
know what's gonna happen? We're gonna get our
They're
own. We're gonna
gonna
get our
get on
own
the
little boat.
keyboard.
We're going to Japan, and we're gonna take care of it.
drums. We're gonna be it's gonna get spooky.
We run it up on Oda. Like, yo, you fixing this?
We
Fixing this today.
And then so Whitebeard won that round. Y'all got Whitebeard.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
I have to go
No,
Whitebeard.
no pushback for the Irwin gang.
I think I got Irwin still. Only because like how I felt, bro. It's just and then seeing the Beast Titan like take his side out at the end of the episode. That's just shit was
He
crazy.
Yeah, that
died-
shit was wild. Yeah.
He
Like,
died
I just-
standing up, man.
Oh no,
He was still standing, Ty. He was still standing.
10 toes down. The One Piece
you know what it was?
is
You know what it
real.
is? Like I read the One Piece manga and I watched Attack on Titan. So I don't know if it was the music, like the emotion. I was just like overwhelmed. And mind you, that was my first time watching Bao Shigatsu. Like I'm just like I just seen these niggas fight the colossal. Like I'm overwhelmed, bro. And then you hit me with this Irwin speech, and then Levi didn't even get the nigga, bro. I was so mad. No, I was overwhelmed, bro. I got to go Irwin.
So $10 super chat by our fellow guest on the show. Riddell watched Cyberpunk. Okay,
If you don't feel anything after watching Cyberpunk,
I might slap you.
I probably will. I probably
Nah, you
will.
will,
Like,
bro. It's a guarantee. It's a lot. It's a lot, bro.
It's heavy.
Yeah,
It's only like what, like 10, 11 episodes?
the best 10
Something like that.
It's the best 10 episode anime ever, bro.
Facts.
I'm not gonna cap. It might be. It
Of 10 episodes,
I feel like
it just might be. It just might be. That shit is that good. Ty, have you seen it?
I have not.
$10 incoming. You better get ready, gang.
Oh,
all right, well, me and
Fine.
Ty
Oh my
will watch
God.
Cyberpunk Edge Runners.
You dropping the 10 miles or am I?
I'm about to drop it right now, gang.
Oh my
Okay.
God. Okay, I'll watch it.
You gotta do
And-
that.
Ty, when I say
What-
like
what-
to me
what is-
to me it is
what is
like a 9.5 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10. And it's
What-
such a
I'm-
short story.
What is it?
Yeah,
It's
like
such a short story.
9.8 to perfect, bro. Like 9.8 to perfect.
Like it's such a perfect short story.
Oh,
Yes.
what is it on?
Netflix.
Netflix.
Gotcha.
I think it won whatever. What's those?
It won Crunchyroll's Anime of the Year. It won Crunchyroll's Anime of the Year a few years ago.
It won Anime of the
It was
Year.
Only being like 11
I'm gonna be
episodes.
honest, the anime literally rebirthed the game, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
There were some
really-
heavy
Every-
hitters that
Facts.
it beat
I
out.
replayed through it after I watched it. I'm not
I
gonna lie. I
replayed it
played
too.
I had to get my
Really?
get back. I had to get my get back.
They added a DLC. Idris Elba did the DLC.
That's right.
They
Added
fixed
in
all
some
the
of the
bugs.
weapons from the show into the game
Yeah.
so that you could go and get your lick back.
So you could get your lick back.
I went
they have
back and mourned at
mad
his
Easter
grave.
eggs. Mad
Uh,
Easter
Make
eggs.
sure y'all
J
don't
Rob,
spoil.
I went back to the game and mourned at his
Make
grave.
sure y'all don't spoil. Let me just mute y'all niggas.
I had this Endeavor stand and everything. I had the whole
I wasn't
David
even
drip.
listening to them. But
Yeah,
I had
David
everything.
Oh, and I beat the brakes. I beat the brakes off that. I was like, yo, this is for David.
Nah, David, bro.
You ain't coming out
All
of this.
right. So we'll get to that.
Good work.
Are you finished your gauntlet, Miles? You got
One
more?
more. The last one is gonna be Erwin Last Charge versus Kamina and Simon defeating Thylymph and Kamina ultimately, meeting his demise at the end of that. That
Grandma
fight.
gone?
That one was tough. That death is tough.
Oh, that's tough.
That was a. You know what?
Is
Erwin's situation, although I wasn't expecting it, I could see him dying. I was not expecting
it.
Kamina to die at all.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting him to die. So when I watched it, and he did, and Simone became like the official main character, because like he was the main character, but Kamina was the guy. But Kamina giving it to Simone and dying when he died in that situation shocked me, because bro, Kamina's impact was felt throughout the rest of the anime still.
Mm-hmm.
Believe in the me that believes in you.
Oh, that's a bar. That is a bar.
That's
Simone be
fire.
using that too, man.
That's a
A
tattoo.
bar. Oh man, this is tough. I'm gonna go Kamina. You know what? I'm gonna go
We
Kamina.
really don't cap, man.
That shit was fire. What do y'all think?
No, I agree because I didn't expect him to die either. I think that does kind of move it a little bit.
I never watched it, so I don't know.
I also never watched it, so I don't know.
Yo, chat.
I have Kamina.
Get J Rob on that Gurren Lagann timing.
Send that other 10.
Yeah,
you
J-Rob
got,
needs
Ty?
to see the power drills, man.
I feel like visually though, Gurren Lagann.
I'll go Goran.
Facts.
I'll go Gurren Lagann.
Okay.
All right, we go.
We good? All right, Lonnie, you had the one more thing?
Oh, yeah. So we were talking a little bit about it last week. And then like we also, I think this week, like on Discord and like on our group chats, we were talking about like the future like anime in general and shonen, because like after the next few years, shonen's gonna have Kagurabachi. I think Kaiji might be done by then, but like Wild Strawberry, and then like we really don't know what else. But we do see the last few years, hey, Solo Leveling, Tower of Gods coming out with a bang. They just announced, we're dropping our reaction trailer to Omnipotent Reader. That just came out, and then also yesterday at Anime Expo, they announced two more big manhwas. One is the World After the Fall, and then Tomb Raider King. And so the changing of the guard is here.
We called this.
Manhwa's really about to take over because we're gonna have Solo Leveling. Omnipotent Reader is gonna be made by Ufotable. The World After the Fall is also really popular. Omnipotent Reader. So the more, and I went to the bookstore yesterday. Did we go yesterday?
We went Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, we went Saturday and Sunday to the bookstore. The more from like a few weeks ago, I keep on seeing more and more manhwas printed, and I see more webtoons printed and stuff like that. So like usually like the last few years, like those are getting gatekeeped, and like those are like just online only. They're getting increased popularity, and with the big shonens dropping, manhwas are gonna be taking over the field. So I feel like Japan has some work to do. Shonen Jump really has to count their days because manhwas are almost just as interesting. And I'm sorry, Solo Leveling,
Better.
Reader, at the beginning after the end. Although as good as Kagurabachi and Wild Strawberry is, they don't hit as hard as those. So when it comes to like the 3-4 years from now, also Ordeal. So 3-4 years from now, the biggest animes are out. They're all going to be manhwa.
and Shonen Jump's just gonna be in the back. So I don't know what that's gonna mean for the company, but they need to come out with something. Or
I do think though that we'll give Wild Strawberry. I got to give you your flowers for putting me on, because I really do think the potential, because of how visual it could look with the power system, I think it'd be pretty alright though. No cap.
We called this in the first episode of the show when we were talking about Solo Leveling, the adaptation of Solo Leveling being very important. Obviously, Solo Leveling was not the first manhwa to be adapted, but Riddell maybe was right. Like, y'all, it's time for you guys to step back unless you guys find the 3 that you're really looking for. Because, like Danielle said, if Gosu's successful, Legend of Northern Blade's gonna feed families, y'all. I'm just letting y'all know right now. Y'all haven't seen like the animation, what they're doing. I'm so sad that they're on a break. The author of Legend of Northern Blade, he had a death in the family plus some health problems, so the man was on a 3-month hiatus. But I'm sure he's gonna come back. I'm sure he's gonna come back with some heat. But guys, we're in for. We could be basically saying the rest of the 2020s. Or even a little bit into 2030s, or just the manhwa running the anime space.
Y'all telling us the revolution is coming and Japan's about to go into recession.
We done with Shonen Jump.
I think it's gonna be like this, because the NBA draft was like the NBA draft was like
One Piece still got another 7-8 to go though, right?
Yeah, One Piece all they got.
One Piece.
Miles, wasn't we just talking about this? That One Piece is getting elite at the right time, making the most money right now at the right time.
Mine was gonna be there, and then One Piece is just gonna be at the top.
I understand One Piece is gonna be at the top.
One Piece is gonna keep the lights on still, bro.
One Piece is gonna be at the top. But if the next 5,
while they find a new thing, I feel like they're gonna find a new thing by the time One Piece is over. For sure.
I think Kagurabachi.
I mean, they do, but they're gonna hit the same as they're gonna hit as hard as these manhwas. I don't know. Because Digo's cooking Doombreaker on Webtoons. That's an A story to me. That story is crazy. The boxer, if the boxer gets an anime, that shit's gonna go crazy.
Let them make Ordeal an anime. We about to be. Let them make Ordeal an anime. The culture about to be mad excited.
If the boxer becomes an anime, it will rival Blue Lock.
Oh, and the biggest one, Lore Olympus. Lore Olympus is one of the biggest stories in the world. I'm sorry, it's like one of the biggest stories on the planet. If that gets animated, it's a wrap. In terms of like romance,
to be getting animated.
It's supposed to be like Netflix.
All this shit getting animated, and Tokyo Ghoul's talking about a museum. Shit,
hey, I didn't bring it up this time, Lonnie. I didn't bring it up.
Hey, we don't even have to cast aside Shonen Jump necessarily, but what we can cast aside is all these damn isekai that keep on coming out. All that budget that goes into these dumb, repetitive isekai need to be going to these websites.
That shit up.
We tired of these isekai. I'm so
done with the isekai, bro.
Facts.
They
bro.
really beat that dead horse so much, man.
They're going.
Really did.
Yeah, but fortunately, like Omniscient Reader's coming out at a good time because people are going like, yo, isekai not the wave. Omniscient Reader, that's the wave. Now get on the webtoon wave and keep on doing that.
My only question is, are they going to get these episodes out faster? You think Manhwa could be better with the labor part?
Look at the detail they're giving you, J-Rob. They're giving you incredible detail, full color, and I think the manhwa, the way they write and draw manhwa, is the way to go.
I also think it's kind of easier to read.
Yeah,
random read, Lord.
Yeah, I got you, Lonnie. But I think the way they do it is right.
I agree with that.
Where they do it in seasons, and then you get a couple months break, and then they go in with this. I think that's really the way to go, because I don't really hear about how manhwa be affecting artists in terms of their health, like I hear with manga.
Yeah, because I read this series called Unordinary, and the artist is a woman, and she gives updates to the readers consistently, saying, "Yo, I'm feeling kind of tired. I'm gonna take a break." She takes a break, no problem. She goes away and then comes back. Okay, now we're here for season 4. So they break it up. It's like these are the seasons that are gonna come out. Adapt these seasons. You don't gotta guess. You don't go like maybe 2 arcs. Not adapt the seasons. And since they're coming for webtoons and manhwa, a lot of them are finished. So just go for the finished material. God of High School is finished. You have no excuse not to be adapted properly.
Can I propose something? $1 million idea.
What's up?
Do you know would be a game changer because I peep that they're trying to get into the anime scene now. If like Disney Plus or Max bought webtoons or something like that and just mass produced and put the budget behind
So-
it.
I mean, they have a contract with
Disney.
Crunchyroll already.
Disney,
They already
not
have a
Disney.
contract.
Not Disney. Not
Put-
Disney.
somebody put the budget behind it. Oh man, you
Max,
Don't let-
there were,
I will
rumors-
not
Disney
watch-
kill anime.
I will not watch Disney touch Legend of Northern Blade because they're gonna fumble it.
I'll be so down
The
with Max.
Webtoons already has a contract
Max-
with Crunchyroll.
Max
though.
Max was supposed to be doing Lore Olympus.
Oh,
Like
wow,
I'll trust
yeah.
Max before Disney.
I
I
just-
Facts.
I trust Max too.
I trust
I will
Max.
not trust me, J-Rob. You told me you'd be gassed if Disney got Ordeal.
No. To be honest, no.
you wouldn't.
But the thing
I
is,
don't
but
trust
I'm looking-
Disney. I
but my
don't
only
trust
thing about
Disney.
I'm looking at Disney like I'm not looking at Disney in the same sense. Like they're gonna have their hand. I think they're the money. Like they're gonna have. There's gonna be a real studio. I think that's already established. So I'm just talking about the money because if one of these people in these big positions for these streaming platforms, and I would honestly prefer Max if it could be my decision. But if they put the money behind it, I think you hit on the nose. These stories are not that hard to get into.
The way I saw
Because-
Disney fumble
Garbage.
summertime rendering,
That
Yeah,
should have
I
been
don't-
amazing.
that-
J-Rob.
Yeah.
That should have been
Apparently,
amazing.
there's a season 2 coming. I don't know why, but
they don't market anything for regarding
Look
anime.
what they did with 97, J-Rob. 97
or
was great.
Tokyo
and they fired
Revengers.
the
They don't
guy.
market Tokyo Revengers.
It's bad.
They just
It's
post
bad. They're just relying on their name.
make
to
it
do
better.
that
None
stuff.
of
companies.
That's not Netflix.
Disney got Bleach, so I'm gonna let them rock for now. They got Bleach. They got
I
my
understand,
dog.
but
Bleach to go
we've
hostage
seen them
right now.
fail. We've seen
Yeah,
them
but
fail with
people
things
not
that they're
really
good
talking
at.
about Bleach as much as they should be. I'm not gonna lie.
They should.
They
be.
don't
should
even
be
talk
doing
about
the
Disney.
mess out
It's
of
on
it.
Disney.
When it was running, people were talking about it though.
Yeah, and it was on Disney.
Yeah,
bro.
but it should be like one of the first conversations. It's like there are series that you're gonna talk about before Bleach, and it
Cause
shouldn't be like that. It's Bleach. Like
Netflix could buy webtoons.
I'd
No,
be down with that.
their
I'm giving
track
them
record
credit.
has been good. I'm not
Their
gonna
track
lie.
record
Listen,
Oh,
that's
J-Rob, the thing is,
bad.
like,
I'm giving them credit for Arcane. I've seen Edge Runners now. That's enough for me. Those two are enough for me to be like, okay, I can get down with it.
well, Jared, the only problem is that they have this contract with Crunchyroll, so we don't know when that contract runs out.
Oh, facts. I did know
There's
that.
Tower
Hey,
God,
hey.
God of High School. They're all webtoons, and like they have more animes coming out through Crunchyroll.
Well, they're
so-
not. They're not going to remake God of High School. They're just not.
No,
I don't think they're going to remake it. So,
That was
if
a
they leave it,
fumble.
They
Netflix
gotta-
will hop
They-
on that and make it better.
No, that's the biggest fumble though. They
That's
did
a
fumble.
fumble.
That. They
Yeah,
fumbled.
God of High
They
School should have
gotta
been
they
great.
gotta take the L for season 1. Take the L.
Like I said, do with with
is
Blue
that the
Exorcist.
one that we
normally
just stopped
moving forward.
watching because it got really weird?
Yeah, like because they
Okay.
just started using powers.
Yeah.
When my
Yeah,
dog,
okay.
when my dog lost that fight, I said when he won that fight that he was supposed to lose, I said, "Oh yeah, this is getting stupid."
It's one of the prettiest fumbles I've ever seen because that
It was a layup.
the animation's fantastic. It's
was a
just
layup.
that pacing.
Even
is
Noblesse on
horrendous.
Crunchyroll didn't do a good job of Noblesse either.
Didn't Netflix do Promise Neverland?
No.
No, it's just
Nah,
on Promise Neverland.
I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie though, but we wrote the names of those people in the Death Note. They out of here.
So
They fumbled
why
that
are
so
you
bad.
so hold up, Taylor? Why are you so afraid? Why are you so against Netflix making manhwa? I understand
'cause
maybe because they've
I
never
thought
done one
that-
before.
No. I thought that they were the ones that did Promise Neverland, so that's why I did it.
Oh no.
But that's
Even-
where I watched it
we've even
on,
seen
so
them
that's
make-
why.
The Black Clover movie was great that they made.
Yeah, but they also fumble with Record of Ragnarok and Seven
No.
Deadly Sins.
I don't
Record
agree with
Ragnarok
Record
is-
Ragnarok.
Seven
think-
Deadly Sins that last season
You
was
think it's
trash.
trash?
The animation.
The animation
animation-
is not
I
animation
think
trash,
it's,
but
I think it's
it's not
trash only because
trash.
it's a slideshow. They show you a picture, they show the
Yeah.
crowd reaction. It's just back and forth slideshows. If they could have gave us some actual like hand to hand, some
Then it would be
choreography, I think
peak.
it would be
It'd
way
be
better. Yeah,
Because I read it. I refuse
I
to
just
watch.
like
I
it
just
because it
read
gets
it.
right
I read
to
it
the
too,
point.
Lonnie, and that shit gas. That
Yeah.
part is fire.
It
My
get
thing
right
is,
to the
though,
point,
yeah,
bro. It get right to the point.
I look
like
at those
it,
like even Baki early because they were just diving into the space, so they were learning. Now I think they have a
They
system
also
that
got
works.
4
Who
Nights
did
of
Hell's
Apocalypse. which,
Paradise?
Yeah.
Who
You
did
know,
Hell's
That was
Paradise?
Mappa. That was
That was
Mappa.
Mappa.
That was
That
Mappa.
was-
That was Mappa.
They
Beautiful.
You
should
just-
never
now you
be
just
allowed
have
to
them
touch
all-
that again.
Hell's Paradise is on which?
You didn't like Hell's Paradise?
You didn't
I
like
thought
Hell's
the
Paradise?
animation could have been
I
better.
didn't like
I
the
thought it could have been better.
animation. The animation, the necks were weird. It could have been better. The necks were so weird.
Yeah,
I will say this: I would trust Netflix
I
before
love
I
this
trust
story. I
Hideout.
love Hell's Paradise. I love Hell's Paradise.
I
No,
forgot how
I read it. I love
read
it.
it?
I
Yeah.
just can't with the animation. It just didn't transfer well.
Yeah.
Like seeing how they did Chainsaw Man, I was like, all right, fire. Seeing they did JJK, fire. Then Hell's Paradise, it's like not the same. It didn't get the same love. It didn't get the same love.
Well, I hope season 2 they up the ante. You know.
But yeah, but to wrap it up, One Piece is always gonna be top. But after that, like the people that own Shonen Jump, they want to push Kagurabachi as the next wave. And like I said, Reader is better than that. The Boxer is better than that. The beginning of the end is better. Northern Blade is better than that. Tower of God is better than that. Reader,
you know,
so it's like
keeping the lights on. Boruto got some years in him.
Stop.
It's facts though. It's facts. It's facts.
At the same time, it's not gonna hit like
you gotta
go. I like it, J-Rob, but
I like it.
A lot of people don't. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Wait till these animations come in, bro.
Them two dudes over there be hating, but you know.
Hey, I hate when stuff don't make sense, but Boruto, like realistically speaking, how much story do y'all think really is Boruto's gonna tell? Like, what are they gonna do? Like, for real?
Why were there dinosaurs?
They gotta
the dinosaurs.
That dinosaur shit don't matter, man. We gotta move on from that. We act like that didn't even happen. That didn't even happen.
It's like just ignoring a girl's whole page, not putting it into account at all.
It can't.
Like, hey, let's forget the two baby daddies that she has. Let's just forget about. Let's just focus on the now.
Sometimes the artists do a little experimentation. It was just a time. You feel me?
So he went with dinosaurs, with ninjas. With ninjas? That sounds like an acid trip.
Hold up. Netflix has done a manga.
You telling me
lookism.
You telling me if they didn't have like humanoid type aliens, we wasn't living amongst humanoid type aliens, you wouldn't be interested?
The way they did it?
Starfire. Can I interest you in Gamora,
Oh my God.
Yeah, their aliens are cool. Our aliens
Let's stop it, boys.
The Boruto aliens suck, bro.
I need that picture of J-Rob to go on a thumbnail.
Starfire or Kaguya? Which one do you want?
Honestly, I want Kaguya.
Mommy. What are you talking about?
Kaguya gonna give me the baby of all babies. You feel me? God baby.
And then kill you after.
Hey man, call it a Black Widow. That's what they do.
Moon Peaches, the last Naruto movie is on Netflix. You can watch it.
Naruto. Perfect. That's perfect.
But chat, I low-key set random up, because I know for a fact that he's gonna love Lore Olympus to death. He's gonna love it so much. But next week he's probably gonna crash the fuck out. he's gonna crash out. But it's gonna be justified. This might be one of his favorite stories ever, but he's gonna crash out.
Brandon, let me put it to you this way. I refuse to finish it because I don't want it to end.
Damn.
Be like that.
Damn. So Netflix did do Lookism. They also have had a really good run recently of anime. Sorry, I was just looking while we were talking. What was it? Zom 100 was great, despite even its delays, was great, in my opinion. They have Four Nights of the Apocalypse.
I like Zom 100 too.
Yeah. What else did they add? God, their anime catalog right now is ridiculous. King and Ashura, I understand people are not used to the 3D animation. I think King and Ashura is very good.
It's not bad.
Baki's good.
Baki's good.
I understand why they made a whole new Baki Hanma. Just make another season. Don't make it Baki Hanma. And I like the fact that if they're willing to take chances with Kengan versus Baki, what else can they do?
Yeah.
They could really change the thing. And by the way, J-Rob, go watch Viral Hit. Don't make me send $10 in.
I'm gonna watch it because I do want to see that too. But honestly, after hearing about all these manga I gotta read because they're all gonna be show adaptations, it's like I gotta get into these scriptures, bro. It's a lot of reading I gotta do. Because I'm already trying to catch up to Tower of God now after just watching that first episode, even though it's kind of cringe because that 2014 comic versus now is like,
the animation the first season wasn't great.
Like them pictures is but it's like the story's just mad good.
You read the Tower of God prologue. The art for the prologue is not good. That's why the anime for season 1 is so much better than the art for the prologue of Tower of God.
I'm literally on the start of season 2. Like they got it set up by the seasons on Webtoon, so I'm watching it like I finished season 1 of prologue, so I'm on what they're doing now.
So, have you watched season 1 of Tower of God?
Taylor.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Do you think the season 1 anime
Netflix is about to
adaptation was
lose
good after you read
Toradora.
the prologue?
No.
Like, compare the season 1 anime to what you read.
It's gonna be a Max. It's gonna be a Max.
I'm gonna be honest. I just liked it because it was more aesthetically pleasing to watch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think the
Yeah,
anime
yeah.
adaptation like did a lot.
They've had it
to-
forever.
Yeah, it's better. Yeah, it makes
They
it a lot better.
contract
But
Netflix.
the
I don't
thing is,
care.
the
It's gonna
story
be
is
on
good
Max.
enough where you could look past it easy with Dell.
I'm not gonna get Max. I
have Max. You need to have Max.
Oh,
bro.
you poor baby.
No, that's one of my. That's probably
Yeah,
my
I'm about to let
favorite.
my Crunchyroll account die out. It's over. I'm
I use
I'm
my
on the last
friend's
legs.
W.
Yeah, so I already know what time it is.
Oh my god.
I don't even pay for any of our subscriptions. Lonnie pays for them.
W.
Shout out Lonnie.
W.
Yeah, Tower of God. Hey, J Rob, you better that journey you better go on in that Tower of God.
Yeah, I'm down with it. I need Bam to get his head out of his ass a little bit though. I'm not really liking Bam.
Where are you in season 2?
He's doing that thing where he's playing like that baseball game for the USB. It's like
It's been
because he
a while
doesn't
since I read.
because he doesn't want to take any of the other people with him to climb the tower.
I'm actually that's the same chapter I'm on. Like
Yeah. And
Okay, so
he obviously like established himself as the strongest. They did that test where they had to punch into that thing. It was
okay.
Oh, he
So
like-
you're
he-
waiting.
he-
You're waiting for Bam to stop being like a jerk. Or,
not even like a jerk, but you being emo. And the thing is, like, yeah, he's on this heel turn, but he don't even feel like a heel to me so far.
he's
just
not really
feels-
like he's
He
not.
just
Really,
seems sad. Yeah, like you just see him upset and sad, which is very understandable.
because
Like,
he got hold.
He got hold. And he got hold by a girl he really was into. I get it. I'm not saying he
The
shouldn't be
one
that way.
thing he values.
He's not
was-
evil, bro. I don't think he's evil enough.
yeah, he's not evil,
Like,
but
I need
definitely
to see
pay
Rachel.
attention to a lot of the characters you meet. Especially the blonde dude you meet. He's super.
yeah,
important.
with the 1-2, I kind of like him. I'm not gonna lie. Even though he's kind of ass with the ability right now, from what I've seen. I think his banter, good character.
I need
And
the
what-
worst things to happen to Rachel. The worst things to happen to her.
I'm apparently my friend, because I got my friend to read Tower of God. He now loves it. He's on time in. He told me that right now in Tower of God, they're starting to give us the Rachel backstory.
Fuck that
And-
bitch, man.
I don't care what she
I
went
don't
through.
care.
I really don't care. Fuck her.
I mean, she knew. I'm gonna stop. I was about to go. I was about to really.
We not justifying Rachel around
Bro,
here.
I ain't gonna lie. If it's crazy, I'm justifying, nigga.
I about to say we know random
Listen,
random and Lonnie don't
Change
forgive
with new
nobody.
information.
Oh,
you
nah.
know?
Nah,
New
nah.
Wait,
Wait, did you
Have you
watch
have you seen Tower of God, Ty? Have you seen it?
I seen the push. All I'm saying is that even if she does have a good reason, she's redeemed.
Fuck her.
Her reason was trash. Her reason
no,
was
You don't
trash.
know her reason. What do you mean? Her reason was trash. You don't know her reason.
Yo, you don't even know the reason.
Hold on a second.
Look,
I'm not-
his
I'm
morality is
talking
involved
about-
right
I'm talking
now.
about
You know,
giving
his
it
morality get involved.
Trash.
It's
Shut
your
up.
I'm the
morality.
villain to be.
Trash.
I don't give a damn, Todd. I don't give a damn.
No,
Lonnie,
Cry me a river, ho. Cry me a river.
Lonnie, come on, bro.
Before
Nah,
you go,
that's what I'm talking about. Nah, fuck that bitch.
Cry me a river.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Cry me a river.
Hold
Bam didn't
on.
deserve that
Hold-
shit.
hold on.
He didn't deserve that shit.
Hold on.
Yo, that's what Ben get for trying to be captain. Never mind.
I'm about to say, I'm saying, given what Riddell just said, Riddell said they're going to her back.
He
So
wanted
what I'm
to
saying is,
save that girl. She
if
didn't
they
want to be
do-
saved.
I'm about to say,
They go better
given what
than
Riddell said they're going to her backstory, apparently new stuff. I'm saying, given they may redeem her, I don't know. I said, whether they do it or not, y'all two won't forgive her. That's what I'm saying. Because y'all don't forgive her.
But
Yeah,
yeah, I ain't
fuck
gonna lie.
that
That was a
bitch.
pause in the
Yeah.
chat. Lonnie, aren't you like the evil villain guy? That's the
Yeah,
most
she ain't evil.
shit
The thing
ever.
is,
That was-
so here, because I have criteria. I have criteria.
Make it make sense,
I have
Lonnie. Make it make
criteria.
sense.
I have criterias. So
How you a villain? You're not really betraying, bro. Scumbag shit. Where's the knife in the back?
no, see, I like the proper villains. I like the villains that have pride in themselves. I don't like I'm a piece of shit, so I'm gonna be a piece of shit. No, you just
Like
trash,
Eisen?
nigga.
Like
You just
Eisen?
trash then.
You like Eisen?
What? Yeah, Eisen was him.
Right?
Eisen was so Eisen was him from the jump.
Just a smart one. Just a
Hold on a
smart
second. I have a question though, but don't you think
Eisen's
that
horrible.
don't you think
I have regulations. I can dive in later on, like maybe next episode, like which villains, like my criteria for villains, because there are like some villains like they're valid. I fuck with them. There's something like no, you just whack.
That's what
Well,
we need to do. This villain.
Why I wanted to say, Lonnie. Do you remember when? Remember she after she pushed the boy off, she pushed him on the platform. Later on, she was in her window laughing maniacally. She was laughing. She was like, "Man, I did that shit."
That's that serial killer
Brandon, I'm saying she took pride in that shit. That fits Lonnie's criteria.
Yo.
And also, she completely gaslit
that
his
bitch.
friends,
Nah,
thinking that he thinking
manipulation.
what she did
No,
was
see,
okay.
I can appreciate her villainy because that gaslighting shit that was OD. I was like,
I would-
she got it. She got it.
I would.
She got
spark
motion.
her right
She
in the
got villain
face.
motion.
Oh, she
But
got
her
right in the
person,
face.
fuck her.
Right in the
And
face off
also,
a
you
cliff.
gotta
Didn't
give
even
credit
look
because
back.
you're gonna find out later on in the story that Rachel, she's not one of the strongest, but the amount of people she manipulates to get what she wants,
Come on, she got
that's
it.
like your alley right there, man.
Can I say one thing on the way out? Oh, go ahead, Chuck.
I would say someone said Lonnie.
To wrap up, like the chapter after, like when you get
Jesus.
to see her go to the tower first, you get to see her go to the tower first and fail and be a coward. Like she was a coward. The big thing is I really do hate cowards. So the thing is that she didn't even want to attempt the challenge, and then she sees Bond. Then she sees Bond do it, and then he gets through that shit, and she's like, "Oh, why him? Why him? It should have been me. It should have been me. Cause you a pussy. That's why. Cause you ain't built like that. And so now you're hating on him because you ain't built like that. You ain't built. So you ain't got the stuff. So you hated on him for it. Nah.
Yeah.
I prefer villains to like when they're like when they get like cheated by the system, or like when they get like
done with Rachel.
when they get like
done with
they get
Rachel.
violated, things like that.
But
like,
you don't know she got
like a
cheated by the
She didn't have it
What
in
we
her.
know is that
She
she's
was
trash.
hitting on Bond for that shit. I don't fuck with that.
But
But why not
Bond
Bond banned for being stupid for just not like being
Oh
manipulated?
no,
Like, you didn't know that girl like that.
He a stupid innocent boy. Like he didn't know no better. Whatever. Like yeah, he's stupid for that. But
Like,
just like her being a
I'm the
villain,
strongest
like,
and the dumbest.
to me, it's coming from a place of jealousy. I don't respect that. I don't respect jealousy
All I
shit.
want to say is that
That's what villains are. Villains be jealous.
someone said that Lonnie wants his villains like to have like want some class, right?
Yeah.
But Lonnie, none of those you like have class. They're all piece like they're all classless. Like Sakuna.
Ivan is class.
Sakuna has class.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does. Sakuna got class.
He
Not
made-
all, bro.
He made a binding.
You saw that guy. He was destroying shit. That's classy, nigga.
Lonnie. He took Itadori's heart out. He made a binding vow without his knowledge to sneak his body, bro, to get it to make like that's. He doesn't have no class.
Yeah, they have.
What are you talking
They
about?
do whatever it takes. They don't have.
He made a
no
binding
moral
vow
compass.
outside. He cut Itadori's head off and made a binding vow before he repaired him, bro. Just like Itadori would not know. He's classless, which is fine. I like
he had to manipulate people to get what he
I'll go
wants.
into details later about like my rules and regulations because there's some
hate
things
so
like
much
I just like are just like hard nosed. Like if you cross these lines or whatever, then I'm usually like you're more than likely just off my list. But I'll get into it later.
We need to have a
He took over.
There's a whole system. There's a whole.
He took over Megami's body and then killed his sister.
Yeah,
This is
evil.
That's not
the
class.
the Rachel thing is more of you know it when you see it. You say Rachel's name, the first word that comes up is trash.
I would say that we need to have a classy tier list of villains. We're supposed to see a lot of Rachel.
It's not solely class, Todd. That's not like the only thing that can make you a villain in my eyes. I like villains that have like how do I put this? I like villains that like
charisma.
They're not like that. Like the real versions themselves aren't weak. Like to me, Doflamingo, like deep down, he's not a weak human being. Like yo, that's who he is. Sakuna, he is chaos incarnate. He is malevolent. He's malevolent. Like he's.
I have a question. Do you think that Shigaraki at his core is weak because he's like a crying child?
See, that would be it. Like I said,
you love Shigaraki.
But it's not the. But I say that's not the only case. Like I said,
like do you like Envy? I was just about to say, do you like Envy as a villain?
You like Envy
as
a villain?
I really didn't like Envy like that.
Oh,
okay.
Hey, so what we're gonna do next week? We kind of got our topics. We got to talk villains. Next week is a villain topic. I don't know if we I feel like that's something we should have done by now. So if we haven't, we probably do maybe a villain tier list next week. You know, we lock in.
Did we do one early?
Based on how
I don't know. I don't know if we did one.
I don't remember.
Yeah,
We might have did it on PC Anime, honestly.
Y'all want to do a tier list based on how evil they are?
We could do that. I don't think
Oh,
we
yeah,
did that.
yeah, that could be
Evil
that.
villain?
Yeah, that could be. Yeah. Most evil.
We can talk about that. I know Lonnie about to have a field day.
Yeah, 'cause I'll also bring up villains
we
that I just
did.
don't like. I'll bring up a bunch of villains that I don't like, but also villains that I support.
Can I give some flowers out too? I just want to give some flowers before we slide because bro has just been performing absolute cinema for a minute. The actor that portrays Homelander in The Boys, I'm gonna just say it right now. He is going to go down to for me, speaking for myself, as one of the 3 best, if not 2 best, TV antagonist villain I have ever watched. Like he personifies Homelander. Like, bro, this is peak. Like he's the best character in the show just from how the portrayal is. Like it's not even close.
Easily.
Like, he's carrying the show. It's actually like an
Elevated
incredible performance.
Homelander.
And I don't know what the awards are for TV. Emmys. I hope he's getting a few because he's been doing this for a minute now since he started it.
Unfortunately, I don't
better
think
and
they're
better
making
and better.
Episode 4 is one of the best villain episodes I've ever seen.
The meme of him in the elevator, blood all over his face, smiling, like, bro, iconic, bro, iconic.
Yeah, Homelander is legit. I agree.
He's a villain that can make you feel bad for him sometimes.
Yes.
He can make you feel uncomfortable. He can make you feel scared, and then he's funny. Like that's such a strange combination. Like he
He's
makes
hilarious.
you feel homey. He'll make you laugh. He'll make you feel uncomfortable. He'll make you scared. He'll make you feel bad for him. He'll make you feel all these things at the same time. It's so fascinating.
Such a complete character.
The funniest part, I'm not gonna lie, when Firecracker hit him with the breast milk and his facial expression.
Yeah.
That is the funniest shit. What's that?
Yo, this guy.
I was literally thinking about that. To be able to be hit in the face with like fake breast milk and just like
demeanor change. Like he went from complete intimidation to straight. So like
she's like, is that for me?
He's definitely one of the most complex characters I've seen in a minute, bro.
I agree because I've read the comic for The Boys, and you want to talk about a guy completely elevating a character. Like I'll be 100% honest. Anybody who reads The Boys, you're gonna be disappointed.
It's shit compared to the show.
Yeah, you're gonna be very disappointed with The Boys comic. But what they've done with this is also one of the best adaptations we've ever seen. Ever seen. Like right up there with not how all the glades I get for Demon Slayer. The boy, like Amazon should be pushing this show when it's done. Like this should always be up there. Right when you log in Amazon Prime, The Boys are the first thing you should see. Because I'm telling you, man.
So quick question and this is for J Rob. Who do you like better, Homelander or Peacemaker?
Ooh. You know why I'm gonna say Homelander? Because Homelander has all of the range that you talked about, like being funny, being able to feel bad for him, being intimidating, being evil. But I do think like he feels still like a heel, like in WWE or something. Like he feel like JBL because he's an asshole, bro. Like he is an asshole. He does a lot of bad stuff, and so I don't know. When I look at him compared to Peacemaker. Sometimes I be liking Peacemaker, bro. Like, I like Homelander for how great of a job he's doing his job. Gotcha. If that makes sense. You know, like the way he's portraying himself is why I think he's great. Peacemaker, I'd be like, I would hang out with Peacemaker.
Now, Ty, I'll give you like some before because it's gonna lead into next week, some insight. So, like, if Homelander didn't have like the whole backstory of like him getting tortured as a kid, because like if you watch the animated Boys, like they show more of his like childhood of him, like begging them to stop torturing him begging them for things, and then like also when he's an adult at the very start, he's a nice guy. He's like, oh, like how can I help you guys? And then he just gets dick move after dick move. Oh, can I do this? Can I be helpful here? And like you see how he gets manipulated from like childbirth all the way up until early adulthood, and then eventually it all just switches. So I'm like, okay, if he was just a bitch from beginning to start, I wouldn't be like, yeah, he's cool, whatever. But nah. But the fact that like he was tortured and like he's literally the monster that they made. He's the monster that they created from birth.
Yeah.
And so like he's like they reap what they sow. So like that's why like he's a villain that was like
He's their reckoning, bro. He's their reckoning.
I don't justify anything that he does. I do not justify his actions. Hell no. But it's like, oh, is a villain that I fuck with? Yeah, because he was messed up by the system. He was doomed to fail, and so it's like those things. Like, I fuck with.
He might be the GOAT, bro. I might have to put him over Franklin Saint.
Yeah, I think. I think that I'll put this. I think Homeland has so much nuance that it's so interesting. Like the whole thing with Becca was so interesting to me for this reason. Obviously, in canon, I think it's very heavily implied he assaulted her. Mm-hmm. But I think what was so interesting about it was when he was talking to Butcher, like it felt like he genuinely didn't view it that way. Yeah. And I think that subtlety means that like he believes that no one would ever reject him. Like, I'm Homelander. Of course she wanted it. Like, that to me is like shows like how his brain works. Like, he believes that he is so above everything.
Feels that same way with Maeve.
Yeah, like no, of course. Like, because it was how genuine it felt when he said like I didn't do that. Like, it didn't like he was lying. He had no reason to lie. He's Homelander, right?
He felt like he was a great partner to Maeve. He felt like he was great.
But it's like he probably feels like
down.
When he forced himself onto her, when he forced himself on her, in his mind, he's probably thinking, "I'm Homelander though, so this is okay." He's crazy, bro.
He's crazy, bro. He might be a GOAT.
I will say this to Santo's question. I don't know a lot about Peacemaker outside the show or outside the show and the movie, so I think it also helps that John. By the way, John Cena doing what he's done with Peacemaker. I want to see more before I want to say what I think I should say about Peacemaker. But what the boys does all the time to let's keep it a stack. Peacemaker is like an overpowered baby with Superman powers, and the fact that they find constant ways to depower him, like for instance, John John. I always want to call him Giancarlo Stanley, but that's not his name. The guy who was the main villain in Far Cry 6. The way he talks down to Peacemaker, and the whole time in the back of my mind, I'm like, this dude could just burn you alive right now.
Homelander to me, I got you.
Yeah, the way the show constantly finds ways to bring him down, despite the fact that if you really think about it, in every interaction that Homelander is in, he should always be the superior because of whether you think it's the aura or the power that he has or whatever, but they constantly find ways to bring him down. The fact that dude can look at him and was like, "You're not our best asset. Compound V is our best asset."
Right.
And like, I don't know how many villains could just be completely broken by that. And the fact that actor perfectly portrayed that, when realistically, I think you're like, what the fuck? Burn his ass down, bring the next CEO in. And the fact that they find constant ways to do that in the story. And I'll say it again. Do not read the boys comic. You're going to waste your time. And it was made by somebody who genuinely hates superheroes. Do not read it. So it's, oh my God.
Edgar said, we're not a superhero company. We're a pharmaceutical company.
Mm-hmm. And the other thing to answer your question too, random, not to answer your question, but just if you noticed what you were saying, everybody who's like not afraid of him. Mm-hmm. They repeat, like if they stand up to him, kind of talk back, he always kind of he never punched a hole through somebody's face because they stood up to him.
It's weird that he just can't think of that, J-Rob, all the time. He just can't what?
The main person in episode 4, the lady that basically helped raise him, she was the number one op to him. She was the number one person that he had problems with. And the fact that she showed no fear, he killed everybody else but her.
Yeah.
His main gripe was with her, but because she looked down on him, she treated him like he was a kid. And so he took it out on everybody else surrounding her, and then he left.
Quick question for y'all.
Lay a finger on her.
Yeah, quick question for y'all.
No more quick questions.
No, and it's for next week. It's just for next week. J-Rob, is Homelander the best version of an evil Superman that we've ever seen? So pseudo Superman we've ever seen?
Yes.
I mean, Injustice Superman was great.
Homelander is better.
Shut up, Adele.
Homelander is better.
Injustice Superman is great.
It's not even a comparison, dog.
It's not even a comparison.
It's not even close, bro.
Are
you serious right now?
Let me stop.
What do you mean?
I didn't mean to start this.
It's not even close, bro.
Save it for next week.
No, I don't care enough.
I'm sorry to tell you to shut up.
We're 3.5 hours in. Let's
I'm sorry to tell you to shut up, though. That wasn't nice. but you bugging.
I mean, Homelander has a lot of variety, but I mean, Justice Superman. I mean, he's a great villain as well. So
He's just out here getting freaking gaslit and manipulated by Wonder Woman the whole time, though. In Injustice.
Justice Superman, what?
Yes. Go see what Wonder Woman does. She is not a hero in that story. Miles, am I wrong?
You're not wrong. But I
Wonder
still
Woman
think
is not a hero
think,
in that story.
I think Injustice Superman is good though.
Yeah. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. But all right. With that said, we are about to wrap it up. Next week, it seems like we're about to talk about villains, so that should be another excellent topic. Another great episode, of course. Appreciate everybody who came in and supported the YouTube channel. Appreciate the new member to the channel as well. Of course, you guys can support us at any time. Become a member. Very easy to do. Go to our YouTube channel and sign up for our membership. And of course, go to our link tree, follow our socials, join our Discord, where I'm going to be asking, what villains do you guys want us to talk about in our Discord? And then we'll talk about them for next episode. So very interactive community, very great community. And if you guys need any other help to figure out how you guys should support the channel, well, here you go. Make sure you guys like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and ping that notification bell so you never miss any bit of content that we make. And you're here for the podcast episodes every Tuesday, 9 p.m. EST. Also, leave us down a comment. We'll make sure to reply to every single one of your comments moving forward. If you have a question, we may even answer that question for a future podcast episode. And of course, make sure you guys rate the podcast 5 stars on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. Leave a review, give us your thoughts, and again, we'll make sure to shout you out on a future episode. So we appreciate you, and back to the craziness that is probably going on the BSS. All right, pray for Brother Lonnie. With that said, like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. All of y'all, of course. Y'all have a good one. Take care, and peace.